What is up, beautiful people? This episode of the podcast is brought to you by Auto Skin Detail. Give them a follow on Instagram, like a couple pictures, show them some love. This podcast is also brought to you by Cinder, fulfilling all of your cannabis needs in Spokane. Visit them at cindersmoke.com and order your buds before you get to the store. Let's go! Yo, I'm just happy to be here. What is up, beautiful people of the world? My name is Exact Change, and I'm happy to be here today with the squad. And we're talking about our successes and our failures.
I'm so successful, bro.
Because it's October, and I failed.
He's a failure.
I got the Tito's.
At least he can admit it.
What's today?
Yeah.
16?
I got the bong.
What is it? I think it is a 16.
And the bong, too.
Clean one. Clean bong.
Is
My
there
cat's
clean?
birthday.
My
Wow,
cat's birthday was
very
yesterday,
cool.
bro.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, if Change is if he's gonna come on out with it, I might as well. So we did a thing on Monday, very fun thing, and to celebrate, I decided I was gonna, get high. What was crazy is I didn't even really get high per se, because, we didn't spark that. We didn't even smoke. Like, we came home, I literally I had a sip. I didn't even
Two
drink
sentences
those
into
drinks.
the
I had
explanation,
more
you're already
than one
justifying, trying to explain it away.
But it's just one of those things where I really did want to get fucking baked and shit, but it didn't happen. But the next day, dog.
Oh lordy.
Yeah, it was, dude.
I think we picked up some pink lemon. It
was before, remember? Because Chris had them joints.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened was we were watching the game. I think it was the Bills and the Titans.
Mm-hmm.
And I just remember getting fucking, my mind was like, oh, you're high now, buddy. And I was like, stood up, and then Chris gets up, and I hear the cricks on the floor a little more in high definition than normal. And I'm like, and so Chris is like, my bad, moving and shit. And I'm just like, oh shit, I'm high again. So then I went straight into stretching. I don't know if you remember, but I started stretching my ass off over here.
So you were a little high, a little too high.
Oh, dude, but it was really when I went to bed. That's when I was just kind of laying there to myself for a second, and I was like, existence. Fucking
I can hear my heartbeat.
type.
It's
But
that
So
Friday.
how long did y'all make it?
I went. What was Monday? Oh, well, Tuesday. What was Tuesday? So that was 3 days ago. So that 13,
It was like
13
12
days.
days.
So
13
it's like a
days,
little 2-week freak.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Not
Can't
even.
call it a sober 16.
We're rounding up on the
That'd been
weeks.
Yeah, the sober 16 would have been good if y'all made it to today. But
Hey, man, it's cool, man.
Solid.
But I've realized what I use weed for. I think that's the cool part about it. It's it really does help me, relax. It was Friday, being that it is Friday this morning, I woke up and I was like, man, I'm gonna fucking get high. And then
amen.
But then here's the thing is there's a limit, yourself, and then I get to work and Jake's like, man, I found these joint papers in the car. I'm about to roll up, and he rolled a damn Grinch finger, ladies and gentlemen. A Grinch finger.
Damn.
And next thing you know, I'm in the atrium just kind of looking around oh no. I'm so high right now.
I love that feeling.
It's got your tolerance
That's
down.
so
Caught you
funny.
unawares,
A little bit
bro.
uncomfortable.
That's so funny.
Caught you unawares.
Because what's great is Cody walks up to me, he's like, yeah, let's not do that. let's not do that.
Yeah.
That's great, man.
Yeah, I said, John, you smoked this morning? He said, yeah. I said, let's let our tolerance build up a little bit before we smoke before work.
Yeah,
huh?
you know what I'm saying? Let's not do that.
I get that. I totally get that, bro, because I like to get fucking just uncomfortably high after, especially I was taking edibles and stuff on our little break, but still the weed hits so much different, bro.
Mm-hmm.
The weed hits so much different. It's just, I love it so much more. I get it now.
But don't you hate that though when your boss is riding your ass when you're high? What a dick that guy
Okay,
must be.
what's funny is Jake said something very, very true today. He goes, well, no, actually it was Cody who said it, but Jake kind of reaffirmed it. It was just kind of did you ever think in a million years you'd be chasing your dreams, doing music and smoking weed and getting work done and doing all this at once. Like in Texas, this would have never happened for you. And it's like, this is facts.
Mm-hmm.
You would never have this in Texas. They will put you in a fucking cage.
What?
For a fucking blunt or a
Cage.
roach in your car. Yeah, they'll find any reason to put you away for weed.
They'll put anything
So
in
what?
cages over there.
A roach is arrestable?
If you're in Harris County, it's a lot. It's better than what it used to be. Now you can get caught with like an ounce, and they'll just like
Bro, they'll
take
put a
it from
fucking
you.
rat in a cage and call it a fucking pet over there, dude.
Everything's bigger in Texas, man. And
Everything
penalties
is-
for weed
Dude,
included, bro.
Dude, like I kid you not, it's one of those things. Like if you're in Katy and you get fucking caught, oh, it's over.
Yeah, when me
Katie.
and my
You ever
wife,
get caught in Katy?
Nope.
When me and my wife were rolling through Texas,
Katie's man came home.
we had our little van or whatever with curtains on it, and we made sure to open up all the curtains and like open up all the window shades because we kept getting like tinted SUVs rolling up right next to us and just like looking over to see who was in the van.
Oh, shit.
You know? And then I dawned on me. I was just like, oh, because we're close to the border. They think that the van is full of people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so we opened up all the windows so you could see right through it. And then, yeah, we never got fucked with. But I had weed, so that was like the
big thing
kicker.
is like, yeah, don't
I
get
was
caught
like,
with
don't let it fucking happen.
Kinda
See, that's
puckered a
great.
little
Like
bit.
there was this one time I was going to Mexico, and I was with my ex at the time, and we were trying to decide because we had like our grinder, our jar that held the flour because we smoked on the way to Mexico.
Mhm.
But we didn't have any about to cross the fucking border. But we were like, should we like hide this in a tree before and then we'll come back and grab it when we come back? Like we just had no, because you're just so paranoid. Like you don't know what's gonna happen.
Like, let's not get greedy.
Yeah.
You know, like
Let's have
you never know.
fun.
And then also like I did a talent show little thing when I was in school in Harlingen, and we had a cross border patrol. And we had I had my vape with me. Brandon had his vape with him, and then this dog was going off. And so they were like, "So what are you doing over here?" And I being a musician, I was kind of being smart. I was like, "Oh, we just brought the funk." And then the patrolman was like, "Yeah, did you bring any funk with you back?"
Ooh.
And I was like, "Oh shit,
He mean business.
dude!" Like and I looked at him and I was
Yeah.
like, "Nah." But I remember I had to change my underwear at the next stop.
Yeah, bro.
Only that sticky,
Bro.
icky player.
Closest I've been to that, I went when I was working down in Cali. So a couple things. I tried to bring some Cali weed back to Washington with me because it was before we had it legal here, and the Cali weed was fucking bomb. But I took a wrong turn and ended up driving through Vegas to get, or through Nevada to get back. So I'm in the Nevada desert in the middle of fucking nowhere. There's no other cars on the road except the occasional cop that I see out in the desert. And I got weed in the trunk. And Nevada doesn't fucking play around back then. They were like, you would go to jail.
Yeah.
It's done. So I was like fucking butthole puckered the whole way up through Nevada, and I get up to where you cross into Oregon, and there's a check-in station when you get into Oregon, and there's a cop there, and you stop and you got to talk to him and shit. And I see that coming up, and I'm like, oh fuck. So I made it all the way through Nevada with this bud, and then I'm gonna get stopped and have to talk to this cop. So I'm like, I gotta ditch this shit. So I took a little side road really quick and ditched it, and then drove up to the thing. And homie was just checking to see if you had fruits or vegetables. It was one of those you can't transport fruits and vegetables across states. And he's like, do you bringing any fruits or vegetables with you? I said, no, I don't have shit. He's like, all right, have a nice day. I'm like, well, fuck, now I want to go back and get my weed, but it's going to look mad sus if I turn around and do
come
that.
back,
Yeah. So that was one thing. I lost my Cali weed there, but when I went down to
Did you really smoke some of it?
yeah, I smoked some of it. I stopped in Weed, California, and smoked some weed in Weed, California, and took a fucking souvenir picture and shit.
I'm still stuck on John was talking about he was in high school doing a border thing and he had a vape. He had a vape in high school. I'm
Yeah, I
still
did
stuck
the math on that
I
one.
was like, wow.
Wow.
Yeah,
I was like,
that's
damn,
that's
that
a
must
young
have been one
boy.
of them refillable carts.
That's a
Yeah,
young
like
boy
one of
right
them old
there.
school joints.
Wait, what?
Yeah, no. See, none of these boys ever had any vapes in high school.
Yeah,
we
we never did.
weren't able. We didn't know what that
Yeah.
was. Could you imagine having a weed vape in high school?
It would have been over.
Oh,
it would've been
fucking
over, bro.
Game
I
over.
would've been going to
smoking
school.
way
Or
too
dog, if I
fucking-
would have known about being able to eat CO2 oil,
Yeah.
I'd have been math class, bitch. I'd have been
That's so funny.
Yeah.
dude, and the
Smoking
vapes
in
though,
the boys'
especially.
room.
What was
Because
it?
we smoke weed and you had to,
Yeah, do a whole bunch of shit.
and you fucking get your fingers right because your
See-
fucking fingers are always in there, dude. You gotta. It's always. The
And then
fin-
when it's
fucking
burning,
fingers,
it's
man.
when you're on the road.
Yeah, it gets on the
What
finger.
was
on the
crazy?
lips and the
What was
fingers.
crazy to me is I had this neighbor. Shout out to Chase one time. Man, he was the biggest pothead I ever knew. And, dude, I mean, he stayed smelling like that stuff from Route 21. What's that shit? Black Ice?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I was
Black
talking about? That cologne?
That's
Dude,
funny,
he stayed smelling like that. So, like, he covered his weed smell. But what blew me away is the people that came into class stoned off their ass. Like,
just reeking, bro.
I mean, I was just like, how do you get anything done?
Yeah, how do you?
Like, you're in
Bro.
high school, too. Like, because for me, when I smoked weed, the 1 or 2 times I did it, I just remember being like, how can you function like this? This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I had nothing negative to say about it because obviously I had fun. But it was the mere fact that, like, you guys are going to school, you're walking through the school halls, you have to be somewhat coherent.
Yeah, you got to be like incognito a little bit.
Yeah,
You're
you know,
able to
like,
pass.
because nobody I knew was smoking weed just being a complete asshat of themselves in class. You know, they somehow controlled it. But for me, that would have been too much.
So
Yeah,
what do you
man.
like to what did you like to do when you guys first got high? What did you do? Did you guys like to play video games or just listen to music or
Fuck
fucking
no.
get on that?
When I was
For us,
yo-
it was that dial up.
When I was young and I first started smoking, yeah, it would kind of be video games or like maybe like just some cartoons or whatever. But like honestly, just kind of vibing. Like I would literally just sit on the couch and be like, my legs can't move. I wish they could move, but they can't move. Like I would just like feel it out, bro, and just kind of get in tune with the environment and the sounds and like just study some shit in the room that I had never noticed before. Like we always kind of talk about how when you get a little higher, something like shit just becomes more vibrant or you're kind of more in tune with just like the wavelengths of everything.
Right.
And I've never felt that more than like in those first like months to couple years that I was smoking weed. I would just dude, like just vibe out on the environment. We wouldn't even like watch TV or anything. I remember me and Ivan, we got high when we were like 15 and broke into this car in his neighborhood and we were eating a bunch of pizza in this car and we filmed it on my old video camera. But yeah, we broke into this car in his neighborhood, smoked it out, ate a bunch of pizza. We had like leftover pizza pipeline that we put in like bags because we didn't have anything else to carry it in. So we had like a Ziploc bag of pizza. And we were just munching
Bro,
on.
this is so beautiful. This is like you getting after it when you were like young.
Yeah.
Like we filmed it. Like,
Yeah,
of
we
course
filmed
you
it, bro.
did.
Yeah.
Of course you filmed it.
I need to go back and find those tapes.
So you
man.
were getting high a little bit younger though, so that makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah,
I was
yeah.
I was getting high at like 16, so like my favorite thing to do was to try to freestyle when I was high.
Oh, there you go.
Like
See,
if I
me, it
get
was-
high, my buddy was like, "Yo, man,
Let's
taught
give it
he
a
like
shot.
introduced me to like freestyle." At 16 years old, he introduced me to like I knew hip hop and shit, but he was like, you know, coming up with words on the fly,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
like just going saying this stuff and like, you know, getting these beats and just, you know, getting high and just trying to say shit. And I was so terrible, but it was so fun.
That's so funny that you say that. When I was like 16 in high school, I had this homie Jameson, and he was like the most incognito smoker at school. He had everything planned out. We'd go out to the parking lot, get in his truck. He had these 2 big ass leather jackets from like his dad's job or something. They were like these thick leather jackets, and they were the smoking jackets. So he's like, okay, put this on, zip it up. We're gonna smoke out in this, and then your outfit underneath won't smell.
What?
So he had it all like he had it all
Wow.
fucking detailed. So we'd throw on these leather jackets
This is a
and
kid
fucking
your age?
yeah. He was like a grade above me, bro. He was driving and shit, and he was like a sophomore or junior when I was.
young buck.
Yeah, I was yeah. And so we go out to his car and he'd throw on some beats and he loved to freestyle. So he'd just start freestyling. He'd be like, throw me words and stuff like that. And so that's how I kind of started, you know, doing freestyling here in town and shit like that.
Didn't he do a song
Was-
with Matt?
Did he?
I thought that was his song that. No, maybe I'm thinking of somebody else.
See, I love that y'all talk about like what got y'all around freestyling, dude. Nobody introduced freestyling to me. It was literally just something I did. Like I remember hearing like Eminem on, you know, the Eminem show and the Marshall Mathers LP, and I was like, it's so cool that he can rhyme like that. So I guess I just slowly would just start like I'd be like looking at posters and starting to rhyme them with just different words, and I just kind of put words together. And then before I knew it, when somebody would freestyle and I would chime in, somebody's like, "Yo, you're actually kind of good at that."
Yeah.
So
Wow.
I think you had a verse. I think you had a verse in the song where you were like, "Until they told me I was dope," and rehearsing in the smoking section.
Yeah.
When you said that, I related to that bar because I was like, I would have never known had somebody not have told me, like, "Yo, you're actually kind of good at that."
you kind of nice, bro.
Like it's like, hey, you know, you kind of you're pretty good at that.
you
And
got
so
something there.
from that point forward, I remember I was like, okay, well, I should do this. And then it got to me freestyling with my guitar in the hallways of my high school.
Oh, there you
There's
go.
still videos like on people's Facebooks of me, like a dude playing his ukulele. Oh, shout out to Jermaine. He would be playing his ukulele and I would just freestyle an entire song while he was playing it. And then people would be like, "Did you write that?" I'm like, "Nah, I just off the top." And then
That's amazing, bro.
But here's the thing: this was before I ever knew music was gonna be like prominent in my life. Because to me,
liked it.
Because it was, I just liked it. Like I was like, oh, this is something I do. Cool. But that's kind of like my introduction into it. But with weed, it was
So this is
listening to
pre-weed
music.
or post-weed?
This is pre-weed.
Wow, so you got into freestyle before weed?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
But weed kind of enhanced it because what I learned was what people do to meditate, being mindful. The similar feeling you get from that is the same feeling I get from freestyling.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm freestyling, my mind is thinking about all this crap, but at the same time, it's a completely like blank canvas.
You're going to a different place.
Yeah, and I can actually relax. So once I stop freestyling, my body feels like I was just meditating for like 10 minutes.
I feel that.
Did y'all get that same kind of feeling?
It's almost like it's kind of like it's not like a blackout, but it's like you kind of transcend a little bit.
Yeah, like
and when you come back, you're like, wait, what just happened?
What just happened?
Like
yeah.
Everyone's like, you're dope as fuck. And you're like, I wasn't here for that.
I wasn't here for it. Like I literally, because I see it in artists too. Like I see it the person I see it in the most, I think, is because of his sobriety is Eminem. Like when he starts freestyling, you'll notice he'll just look off. And
Something will happen to his eyes.
He'll just be in it.
Oh, he's not here
you're
right
like,
now.
yo, he's not here right now. Like that's
channeling something.
It's channeling. And so for me, when I channel that thing and I feel it and it's just coming, and like sometimes somebody will like say it, like, oh, and you're just lost in the sauce. And then you kind of come back and I'm like, did I just? And then I remember talking to Eric about it, and Eric was like, I think there's a similarity in like meditation and freestyling. I think you're finding this flow.
That is a good, dude, that was a good point. When you said that, I was like, that related with me.
Because I've never freestyled and felt like shit afterwards.
No.
Never. There's never been a time where I'm like, I'm going to freestyle, and then I'm going to, I don't feel good after this. Every time I've freestyled, afterwards, I'm like, I'm happy I did that. Like, damn, I feel great. Like,
how because you don't, Cody don't freestyle no more. But
Cody freestyles.
We used to freestyle all the time, man. We used to just like fuck around, and when Cody was rapping and shit.
Cody don't rap.
When
When I was a kid, when I smoked weed, I used to play skate on the tech deck, and I used to send this dude who was the kid you would tell to go do stuff. I wasn't no bully or nothing, but I'd send him to McDonald's. And
He
he'd
was
go
a
get
bully.
food. No, I wasn't a bully.
I wasn't a
And
bully.
He's the dude who was just down
No,
to
but
ride.
he didn't smoke or nothing. We'd
See-
be like, yo, go get us some food. And he would just grab the hall pass because we wouldn't be eating at lunch. We'd be in class now, 4th period. And we'd send him down to McDonald's and go get everybody some McChickens and whatever.
Clutch.
You know,
Clutch.
just high. And
See, but that's
fucking
funny.
trying to learn.
It wasn't freestyling. Music.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I made a lot of music when I was
Oh.
high as a kid and stuff, but
Did you?
yeah, of
Because
course.
I couldn't make music. I was so trash.
What was your first?
So bad.
So
bro.
trash,
You would
bro.
not want to hear any of this shit.
Yeah, all
It
the
was
MySpace
so bad.
and Reverb Nation
It was
shit.
the-
You don't need any of that.
Stop. I feel like everybody always hates on themselves.
No,
and then
bro.
it
Listen,
couldn't have
this
been that
if
bad.
you like any of the music I put out, it is years and years and years
Of feeding that
and
craft.
years of progression. Yeah, because it's like in refining what I intake.
See, thank you for saying that because, like, I know you guys can relate to this. Have y'all ever had somebody walk up to you and say, man, how did you get that good? And you can't even begin to explain.
You couldn't tell him.
Like,
bro.
you can't even say,
practice.
because it's just not, it doesn't do the due diligence. Like, it doesn't do the work for you because you remember when your mom's or dad said something fucking foul to you, or your friends fucking, or whatever the hell happened, and you went home and you just freestyled. And that's just how you got off. Like, that was like, that's how I'm going to make myself feel better. And then years later, it's just come to fruition that way. Like, oh yeah, I'm just good at this because I've been doing this a long time.
And it's so tough to
You can't
quantify that though when you've been living it. Like,
Yeah.
so when someone asks, that's like an impossible question because you can't really like pinpoint it. It's just like certain events in your life that really like cause breakthroughs to get you to that next level.
My favorite line is "Don't stop." Like, I'll tell like, oh, I do music, and I'm like, don't stop. That's
stop.
literally the only thing I'll say is like, just don't stop. Because most people, they're looking for a reaction.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, in my mind, I'm like, if you're not doing this for you, then you're in it for the wrong reasons.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's how I kind of see
No,
it.
I
Like,
see it that way too. Like people,
Absolutely.
people want it to be a get rich quick scheme.
Yeah,
Like,
and
think
I
they're all
hate
gonna
that.
blow up,
Like-
we'll
That can't be
this
the
or that.
foundation.
Listen, but the thing is the only reason that we know this is because we thought that way at one point.
Yeah.
oh,
And
absolutely.
we thought, oh no, man, I'm gonna get on this mic, I'm gonna spit, man. Just wait, the world gonna hear me. And then you get on there, and it's just like, yeah, nobody cares. And then you're like, okay, cool. So I love music. So let's just start making something authentic. And then you see people gravitating towards your authenticity
Right.
and the music that you're putting out, because like, wow, I really relate to that, because it's just natural. They don't have to, they don't have to try to like it. It's just, they're like, oh,
So
you're doing your thing. Fuck, I like this.
What artist like authentically spoke to you while under the influence of marijuana when you were younger? Like,
Yeah, dude.
I mean,
Solid
like
question.
what like album spoke like you? And I'll tell you mine just right off the cuff, because I didn't smoke weed really until I was 21, and that was around the time J. Cole
21.
dropped.
Damn.
When J. Cole dropped 2014 Forest Hills Drive, that was the first time I started like smoking weed every day, and it wasn't even like a lot. It was from my dugout. Like I would smoke a hit or two, and then I'd put on my beats, and then I'd play that record. And that was the first album that spoke to me while under the influence. And y'all have heard 2014. That's an incredible record.
It's an incredible
it's
record, bro.
Cole. It's Cole converting from this materialistic way of living to, oh shit, everything I thought was gonna change my life didn't. It all had to do with me.
Mm-hmm.
And that self-realization of like that was everything to me at the time.
That's beautiful.
So it's like, wow, that's crazy, because that album sounds nothing like
See,
his
dog,
previous
I've never
albums.
had that type of an in-depth realization at that young of an age. When I
Oh,
was
wow.
at that young of an age, I was just like, listen, I'm just trying to, like, what's up? Like, I listened to hieroglyphics, man. So, see, this is how I became who I am, is that I would listen to, like, hieroglyphics and, like, Jedi mind tricks and, like, these old, like these old underground cats that were just, you know, coming, just saying these
Super
crazy
lyrical and
words
shit,
and
yeah.
super lyrics, putting things together. And I'm just like, you know, they had a smooth flow, like especially hieroglyphics. They were like my favorite. They had like a smooth flow, but then they were, you know, just their vocabularies were, and I just like listening to their music when I was high was like, it was just being in a different place. It was like with it wasn't simple music. That's the
Right,
thing.
right.
It was complexities and things that I had to try to figure out, and I didn't even know what that meant. And then later I would figure out what it meant. Like it was.
That's tight though when you got to listen to it multiple times to really catch it. Like I can remember that going back to Ivan, man. A lot of my early smoking experiences were with that dude. We were like 15 at the time, and we would have to wait for his mom to leave because she like worked nights, and then we'd sneak out in his backyard or sneak around the neighborhood and go smoke. He couldn't smoke in his house or like anywhere near his house because he had this weird like condition where every time he smoked weed he would throw up a little bit, which is very strange. I don't know if it was something with his digestive or what the deal was.
Interesting.
But so every time we'd blaze out, like after the third hit, he'd puke. I'd be like, okay, I'm not hitting that pipe with you anymore. Like that's your pipe now. But anyways, so we'd always go around the neighborhood and he'd do his little thing or whatever, and we'd get high and then go back to the house. But like he put me onto so much fucking music, bro. Like he was heavy into like hieroglyphics and like all those underground cats. But I remember we would listen to a lot of Cypress Hill, man.
Cypress Hill,
Like
dude.
Black Sunday and a couple of their other albums, Temple of Boom, that, and then the Outkast album Stankonia, bro.
Yeah.
Those were just like pivotal albums for me when I was high, like just vibing out to
Bro,
that music.
I forgot about like Bone Thugs.
Yeah,
Bone
East
Thugs was
1999.
Heavy.
East
Crossroads.
1999,
I
bro.
have memories of just
First of the
being
month.
in the whip, skipping, dog, because I love to skip some school, bro.
See,
that was like my
I
favorite
was talking
shit.
about that earlier. Like, I've never skipped school.
I never
Not
really did it
once.
either.
It's because you
Never.
made it, bro. You didn't smoke weed till you're 21.
Yeah, bro.
You're smart. You're what every parent wishes their kid would do.
See, what's
Not
funny?
get high until 21 years
See,
old.
I smoked
Till
all through
legal
high school,
age.
but my mom would beat my ass, so I would go to school every day.
And the part that hurt me was my parents always looked at me as the villain. Like, they were always like, I was your age once. I know what the fuck y'all are doing. And I'd be driving myself insane trying to plead to them like, bitch, I don't do that
I'm
shit.
good.
Like, when have you seen me in trouble with the law? Never. When have you seen me high or smell like alcohol when I come home? Never. When have you seen me stay out past 11 because you know my curfew's at like 11:30? Never. And I'm like, then what is this stigma of like me being an enemy to y'all? And like I'd always try and prove that to them.
Because every other kid was doing it.
Exactly right. But then my dad argued this point. He goes, well, you're not supposed to be doing that shit. So
Yeah. That's
good
such a
for you.
backwards
You know,
ass
like-
way of parenting, bro. I had a homie whose dad would take him out in the garage and whip his ass once a week just because he knew he did something. He said, I don't know what you did, but I know you did some shit this week, so it's your weekly ass whooping just to make sure. It's like, bro, you're not even like taking an active role to find out what the fuck's going on in your kid's life. You just like got it on autopilot.
No,
I'm gonna beat your ass because I know you did some shit.
Beat people.
Could you imagine?
bro,
Could you
like-
imagine waking up Saturday like, oh man, my ass will be in 30 minutes.
Get to watch some Looney Tunes and then dad gonna beat my ass.
Damn, bro. That is brutal, man.
But-
I don't know what you did,
about
but
you,
I know
Cody?
you did something.
What albums like spoke to you when you first started smoking weed?
Fucking Beck.
Back. I love it, bro.
Well, like what
No, I'm
song?
serious
Like,
because I was
what Beck
listening to
song?
I was listening to like my brother's music. So, fucking Alice in Chains and
There you go.
Beck and
I-
Tool and
oh.
shit like
Oh.
that.
That's
He's going
awesome.
the
I love
distance.
Alice in Chains, man.
I love Alice in Chains
So
too.
I mean,
you were
and I didn't
listening to
own any
rock.
of the albums. Yeah, he just plays that shit loud, and he was
So you
just
get
next to
high
him.
and
Well, I mean, I'd come home from school or something. I started smoking when I was a sophomore in high
feel
school.
so alone.
And I remember I met my my homie Phil came from the Tri-Cities, and he basically introduced me to weed and all that shit, and I fought it forever. I was like, man, I'm not trying to smoke weed, I just not me. And then eventually I got high for the first time, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be
This is
smoking
me.
weed. Yeah, I'm gonna be smoking weed.
I love weed.
Yeah.
For
So
me-
yeah, just like, doing shit like that. I remember I made a bong out of like a salt and pepper, or like a salt shaker, a shower head, and like a piece of PVC pipe, and I like connected all that together. There's plastic
That's
in
what's
there.
up.
And I was just putting a lighter right to it.
I had one of
Smoking
those
right out of it.
MacGyver homies too, man. My homie Pat, he made one of the first pipes we ever smoked out of. He had one of those little metal globe keychains.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a little tiny globe that's metal. He broke it in half because it splits in half, and then drilled a little hole in it, so it was like a bowl.
Mm-hmm.
And then he fitted it with like a little copper pipe to a Altoids container, and then drilled a hole in the end of the Altoids container, so that was like the chamber and shit. We
Jesus.
smoked out of that shit for like fucking 6 months, dude, until we
Yeah.
bought a real
Yeah.
pipe.
As ghetto as it got for me, as I rolled up on some Bible paper. That was just,
Oh no, you going to hell, John?
Yeah, at least I got
You
VIP
repent.
tickets.
There you go. There you go.
It was
Fuck.
just
You-
the index.
You never did pop can?
No. I think I did do a pop can once, where you kind of crack it and poke.
Yeah, poke the holes
did
in it
that.
and shit.
I did a water bottle too.
You
know,
did
kinda
that
off the
once.
side.
I've done that so many.
Just once.
Okay,
Smoked out
but
of
here's
so many pop cans.
here's the real
I
one
started
though.
smoking
Here's the
pot
real
around
one.
the time it got more popular, so like people had pieces and people were
Yeah.
rolling blunts. And I was,
Here's
true.
the real
We're
one though.
early in
Fuck
the game.
fuck the pop can. Did you do the toilet paper roll zoom tube?
Oh yeah.
Cut a little
Oh.
hole in it and make an aluminum foil bowl in it, and then you just clear. Yeah, oh yeah,
What
Somebody's
about the,
done that.
What about the toilet paper roll
with the dryer sheets in it.
dryer sheets?
Yeah,
to keep your
the
mom from
spoof.
smelling it?
did that really
that
do
works.
Yeah,
anything?
it works great.
I mean,
Does it
worked-
really?
Yeah,
It
works great.
works.
I mean, it works to the extent that it's not you blowing a hit out in the window and some of it coming back in, and it just smells like weed. In
Yeah.
here.
No, you got.
your parents
no,
are like,
don't
"Are you
blow
doing
the-
laundry?"
You just blow it out. You light incense. You stuff the toilet paper roll, and then every hit has to go through the roll. And so what would happen? The only reason why it wouldn't work is because you'd get fucking high, and you take a fat hit and just
Yeah.
and you just fold it out into your room.
Dog, it really did work, bro. Like you
It
would stuff
really
that
did.
fresh thing in there, and you would blow that shit
It
out,
would
and it
smell
would
so
smell
good.
some type of. Now, okay,
So
I
fresh
have an
and so
idea.
clean. And then the dryer sheets are all brown at the end of it.
Yeah,
They're like
yeah.
yellowy
But
brown.
they still smelled okay, so
Yeah.
you're good.
Yeah.
And
That's
they'd
so
say, "What
great.
is that?" And you'd be like, "What's it fucking look like, Mom? It's just a fucking
So
toilet
they actually
paper
have
roll."
devices now.
I've seen that, like the
And
pro ones.
we-
The sploof.
Motherfuckers
Spoof.
don't even
what
realize,
it's called.
or don't even, a lot of motherfuckers don't even know the toilet paper roll and the
Dryer
dryer
sheets.
sheet.
Yeah.
Dude,
You shove like
that
2 or
is
3
slept
down
on.
the end, and then
you
rubber
cap-
band one over the
you had
end.
to cap one on the end. The
Yeah.
cap one on the end you had to do.
And by
Otherwise,
that
you
sealed it.
cough a hit through it and blow it right out.
Shoot it out, and then you still have some smoke in your lungs, and then you're mad at your
Yeah,
buddies.
yeah,
you,
yeah.
what's your guys' favorite thing about smoking weed?
All right, my favorite thing about it. Well, I have two. One is the creative process. Like I'm telling you, I could be having a day where I'm just dry. Like I'm not thinking of it, but the moment my fucking lips and body touch with that smoke, that little powwow my body gets into, it's like the gods come to me and they're like, "Oh, you're gonna think differently today." That's like the number one thing. Two, it brings everybody together. Like that. I don't know if y'all seen that video that's trending. It's like they're in the McDonald's drive-thru and somebody's like hitting a blunt and then they hold it out the window and like the dudes in front, the dudes in the back,
Yeah,
all of them come
everybody-
to the window.
yeah,
Even the
yeah,
McDonald's person, the clerk, everybody's just hitting the blunt,
Mhm.
like just like
Community.
and they're cold. Like you could tell it's cold where they're
But
at.
they're all getting out
But
just
they're all
to hit
getting
it.
out just to hit a blunt, and they're sharing a moment. Like, you know, sorry,
That's
it's
beautiful.
COVID. People, that's not gonna happen too much anymore. People are very cautious. But, dude, weed brings like you could hate somebody, and if you know they're gonna hand you a blunt, I kid you, I'll appreciate it. You know, like,
Mhm.
hey man, a blunt will definitely turn you. Like it's like, all right,
For me, it's like
peace
that,
offering.
You know, like when you smoke and you get that like warm feeling in
Yeah,
your
that
eyes,
first
that
hit,
kinda just
when it
That
just-
was actually my next question I was
yeah,
gonna
you
melts
ask.
in. into you.
And you just
Oh,
start to
shit.
feel like real, like you got some syrup getting poured on you.
There
like
you
you're
go.
a pancake. It's just
That like that I'm gonna
just
crack an
pour it
egg
on
on
me.
your head thing from childhood.
Like you
bro.
could, whoa, you could do that, dude. You could just like if I was really high enough, like you could probably just start pouring syrup on me, and I wouldn't even care. I
Wouldn't
would
even,
just be
you
like,
a fucking pancake, bro.
yeah, I would just
See,
be like, oh,
I
what
like
are we doing here?
I don't know. I like the ritual of smoking weed. There's something that's just very peaceful about it. But I'm gonna tell you, like smoking weed changed for me. I remember it very clearly because everyone would always talk about like, oh man, this shit tastes so good or this shit tastes so bomb. And weed to me, when I would smoke it, like for a long time, bro, until probably I was in like my early 20s or something, I was just like, it just tastes like fire. It tastes like weed. It tastes
Yeah.
like smoke or like burning. It like I don't taste
No
the different
terpenes
notes or
or-
anything like
yeah.
that. And then I discovered the click, and it sounds fucking weird, and it sounds like why would that change anything? But when you inhale the weed and it's in your lungs, and you do this little with your mouth,
Yep.
it does allow you to taste the
it.
weed.
Yep.
And for the first time in my
What?
fucking life,
Yep.
bro, when you
I
have the
just learned
hit,
something.
when you have the
Yeah, me
hit
too.
held in your throat, next hit you take off that bong, I'm telling you, while you got the hit in, do a little
Yeah.
in your mouth.
I do this. I go.
Yeah, same thing.
Notice how I do that every time I hit a blunt. I'm like, because
Anything like that, you
you
will
get-
actually
you get
get
that
the
taste.
flavor
Zach's gonna
of the
try it
weed.
now, folks. He has the lighter. to
I
I
his
mean, with
pipe.
an ass hit, you're
He's
probably
got his
gonna
car.
taste
a
nothing.
nice
but
thick
a
milky
nice
hit,
thick one. That's
folks.
milky.
Let's see if he clicks.
Tastes like shit.
He said it tastes like shit, folks.
yeah, you need a fresh bowl for that.
You do.
But yeah, that
He-
click, bro, changed my fucking
That'll-
life. I can detect the differences in strains and flour, and like it just opened up this whole new world of like wine tasting.
So one thing I forgot to even mention, and I mean, my mom's not going to listen to this podcast, so she'll never know.
Shout out,
but
Mom.
We took so much weed from my mom. Oh, I feel bad.
I stole so much weed from my dad. He
I
made the
stole
mistake of
so
telling me where he
much.
keeps it.
I mean, she was getting hooked up from my cousin. You just dropped a big cherry on the ground. It's burning the carpet.
Yeah, I smell that.
See it? Look to the left.
Yeah, it tastes
See
like
it?
burnt
It
carpet.
smells like carpet. Anyway, ooh, it put a hole in it. Oh well.
That's character.
So it's still burning. Oh shit.
John is
Should grab that
basically a
cherry,
firefighter
cherry.
at
He
this
burned
point.
that rug.
Yeah.
John just like dug a trench, put it
Yeah.
out.
Made it
I
worse.
did what I had to do.
So what
Shout
I,
out to
so
those on
what
the
I
front
ended
lines.
up doing as a kid is my mom
It's
would
not every
get
day,
a
you know,
bunch
I-
of weed
I just do what I
from.
can.
She'd get a bunch of weed from my uncle, and my uncle would just like give her like these fucking huge bags of weed, like paper bags full of weed.
Damn.
That's
Yeah.
classic.
And it was so stinky and so like much weed that she couldn't fucking hide it from us. It was that much. Where I ended up finding it was outside in the backyard in the shed where the tools go.
Oh my
And that-
God.
And that was the worst place to hide it because I could just dip out there and grab a little handful. And when
Yeah.
you're talking about a paper bag full of weed,
She's not scaling it out.
fuck no.
No,
and,
bro.
And on top of that, like it was like you could take a goddamn handful. You know what I mean? And there was just no
There was no
issue.
accounting going
No,
on.
not at all. I remember it was bad. But yeah, that's where we got a lot of our
So
weed.
she didn't even really know.
I mean, she had an idea because otherwise it wouldn't be in the shed.
I'm saying like she didn't like know that someone was taking it. She didn't like miss it. She
Well,
was,
I mean, it started in the closet and it kept getting taken. you know, and then eventually made it
Yeah,
to
my
the
dad
shed.
did like the sock drawer in the dresser or whatever, but it was the drawer that had like some clothes in it, but also had like a change bowl in it and like had his checkbook in it. It was all the shit that I shouldn't have had was in this drawer.
Yeah.
And one time he made the mistake of telling me to go get some change out of his drawer, and I opened the drawer and there's a bag of weed and there's his fucking checkbook sitting there. And he was working out of town all the time, so we threw a bunch of parties and shit at that duplex. But I would always go in and take little nugs from him, being a fucking delinquent. And then it really got bad because he would leave and be gone for days, and we wouldn't really have like much in the way of food in the house, like other than just some random shit in the fridge because he hadn't gone grocery shopping. So I had like a buddy staying there with me, and he conned me. He's like, just take your dad's checkbook, bro. Just forge a check real quick. We'll order some pizza. And so we started ordering like those big colossal pizzas from Pizza Pipeline, like a $45 pizza. I remember I ordered like 3 of those in a weekend. And my dad sat me down. He's like, I see every check that's written on my online account. They scan them in. I can see what you're doing.
Jesus.
I'm like, fuck, you didn't go grocery shopping, bro. What do you want me to do?
Like, I wanted
He's
to
like, bro, you spent $150 on pizza in a weekend, bro.
Honestly, it's almost like I know it wouldn't be that at that moment, but like, son, I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? Like, you really took the initiative.
You stepped
there.
up.
Man of
Man
the
of the
house.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like that you fed all your goddamn friends,
But
And I
Yeah,
mean,
it's
come on,
like-
dude.
Right.
Didn't you even clip a coupon?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
Jesus.
no,
look
he
for a
didn't
deal?
get coupons. Like,
So
no,
wait-
I got a blank checkbook, bro. It's on me.
yeah.
It's all-
Where did the weed strike you in your senses first? For me, it was always my mouth.
Show us on the doll where the weed touched
Like
you.
I remember I remember the first time I smoked. I remember being high and they're like, "You high yet?" And you're like, "Nah."
No.
But it was
Oh,
always
wait.
in my mouth. My mouth would like feel like
Right
the
here.
size of a damn
Dog.
auditorium.
Oh yeah, under the ear, right in
That
the
weird
jaw.
spot right there?
Yes.
That's what I didn't get from edibles.
Yeah.
Is you get this weird thing
The
right
ting-
behind your
ting.
jaws where you're just like, and then
It's
like
almost
eyes
painful.
and cotton mouth, and
It's-
you're like, oh.
It's almost painful at first, but it's like a good
It's
kind of
nice.
like it's
like,
I don't get that. I just get this like
I
my
have it right
mouth
now.
feels
feel that, bro.
huge. Like it just feels like it's like wow, I can. And then you notice when you're eating things like why everything just tastes so fucking
much better, bro. Oh my god, weed makes everything better, bro. Everything. But see, the thing about weed is that you have to take a break.
yeah.
Because I think that this applies to everything in life. If you don't take a break and you do
Moderation.
something too much, you're going to lose appreciation, and you have to take your foot off the gas a little bit and scale back so that way you can reappreciate. And I
Too
think
much
that
of a
you
good
need to
thing
keep
makes it
doing
not
that.
good anymore, man.
Yeah,
You
and
know?
that's the same with personal relationships.
Yeah.
You can be in a relationship with somebody where it just gets too comfortable and you stop appreciating.
Yeah.
And it can happen with almost any of your job. You could be working somewhere and you just start,
What they say,
a job that you really
Familiarity breeds contempt, bro.
that right there.
You get too comfortable and then you start taking shit for granted, and it's just that there's no excitement or fulfillment in it anymore.
Yeah, and I mean, I see it every day when I sell people weed at the store, and they're like, "Oh, I need something that's 30% or higher." When you've been smoking for 45 years, you need something. I'm just like, and trust me, I have my own issue with weed too, right? I like smoke weed all the time, but how I'm getting high now after taking a little bit of a break, God, I appreciate it.
Have you ever
so
told a
much.
customer, maybe you should take a break?
No.
Maybe you should stop coming in
can't.
for
Try
a
that
while.
one.
Like, Zach, we got to talk to you in the
I
office.
thought-
You've been turning away
You've been
customers.
turning-
No, I mean just real low.
Imagine a customer comes in and goes, "Hey, man, I've been sober for 2 weeks. Turned my whole life around. Thanks, Zach."
I've had people that come in and are like, I haven't smoked in a while. Some people that already do it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But
When you've been jerking off for 30 years, you can't come to Cinemax anymore. You need the hard shit.
yeah. Damn, bro.
When you've been using pocket pussies this long.
And
I need the German gangbang of weed.
And I mean, it's even hard to find the German gangbang of weed these days. Like, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you guys right now. Like, I think that this right here is pretty good.
It's pretty Germany.
This is pretty good.
Hey man, hold on. Let me go get that. Let me go get that stuff I was blessed with.
I
by
just
this
took a
incredible
hit
human
of this,
across the room from me.
this triple chocolate chip from Lilac
Is that Lilac
Cities,
City?
and I swear to
love
God,
Lilac
it
City.
tasted like chocolate chips. I think I hit. There was a little hit of chocolate chip in there.
You gotta hit a clean bowl and do the tongue click, bro.
Oh, I
He's
did.
already been doing it.
Yeah, I did. You want to hit one? Or you're not smoking, huh? For medical purposes?
I'll smoke it.
Yeah.
It could be medical.
Okay.
Doctor said I need a backiotomy.
All right.
Get away from me, bitch.
Pass it around and let's get a
All right, so first, I guess Cody kind of explain.
So me and John detail cars, and this guy gave us a bunch of fucking weed for detailing his car, and I blessed John with a few fucking bags. There's 3 different kinds. He has 3 different bags of weed.
Yep, we got a bunch
It's
of
all
different
it's all black market weed. So
This is one bag?
Sorry.
You have to forgive me. I'm off that street weed.
Yeah, I was just gonna
Ooh,
say
I like the-
eventually it's gonna be so taboo.
I like the
You know,
Where did this weed
Density.
come from? I need references.
it came
Yes.
off of the streets.
who are you gonna put in the credits?
Yeah, who touched this weed?
I mean, see, that's the thing. When it comes from the streets, you can't give credit.
Yeah,
Yo,
know what I
dude,
mean?
my photo cred.
motherfuckers need to start signing their bags.
You know, it was signed.
Yo, so when I was
J. Cole?
working, I signed someone's raw cone.
Ooh,
So that was the
See,
first-
Oh, that's right. So are you Exact Change? Will you sign my rock home?
Dude, it was fucking a trip, bro.
That's
and
what's
that's why I
up,
like
bro.
it is really cool to work at the store
It is cool.
at Cinder because
Remember that time we got
favorite's
recognized in our masks for road maps? That guy walked
oh
up
yeah,
to
yeah.
us at the Cinder.
Dude,
He's
over
like,
at the Cinder.
he's like,
Cinder.
do you guys
It's a great place.
make road
Cameras.
maps?
Cue the
Did
camera.
you guys make road maps?
We were all masked up too, and the guy walked up. He's like, I think you guys made road maps.
All right, guys, I'm gonna cue this up. Cinder. It's a great place to meet great people.
Ooh.
Come buy some weed.
Yeah, please.
Shout out Cinder.
We're gonna have to charge for that one next time, but this time it's free.
Yeah, that's right.
It's free.
We have a conversation. It's great. I love Cinder. They're great
This one's
people.
playing right here. I like.
They're
this
very
one.
supportive.
Is this the perp?
There's good people on
That
both
one?
sides of the counter at Cinder.
Smell that last
Okay,
one,
now
Zach.
we're getting a little heavy.
Customers and employees, bro. I'm saying, shout out Cinder.
Zach, smell that last one. I think that's the best one. Is the whatever's purple.
That shit
Ooh, this shit looks
that I just
crazy,
smelled
bro.
was fucking.
Bro, it's all great.
Yeah, we
I
got
I literally got through half a blunt last night and I was fucking.
you know what really blows me away? The names.
Blow me away.
What are some of your guys' favorite names? I was looking at this stuff we just got in. It's called Pimp Slap Perps.
I love that, bro.
I'm
That's a
gonna
good
say
marketing.
Pimp
I
C.
love that. As the Blue Roost had a fucking the Chiquita banana, but Chiquita is spelled all fucked up. It's like CHIKEE.
I think I remember seeing that.
Chiquita banana.
Chiquita banana. Did you try it?
That's good.
Yeah,
It's really good. I got this champagne kush from them right now. That's super good too.
dude. There's this one. It's called Meat Breath.
Yeah, meat breath.
Oh, dude, and
yeah,
it
this is the
smells
second one I liked.
offensive.
I'm sure it does.
Like it smell like you smell it. And
You
you're
reach
like,
it.
It's got the funk on it.
"Ooh." Yeah, dude. There's a lot of different crazy ones.
There's
man.
so
yeah,
much.
back in the day, it was just simple names,
Well,
and
cat
like if you
piss.
got cat piss,
Cat
then
piss.
you had some fire.
The
If you got
perps.
Y'all
what
had a
was the other
strain
one?
called Cat
Cess.
Piss.
Do you guys remember Cess?
Cess,
Or
yeah.
like
I'll put a little cess in her mailbox.
it was
Get
like
her in
Cess,
trouble with
and
her
like
parents.
that would have been like the light green fucking.
Unforgivable, bro.
I forget what kind of. It was like really light green and like
no.
neon, you know.
Really?
That
Cess.
weed, yeah.
Yeah, cess.
And then of
Stress?
course there was and then-
Cess. No,
and of
you
course-
smoking stress. I'm smoking cess.
Oh,
And then
okay.
and then there was
Cess
just
is good.
beasters too.
Yeah,
Remember that?
beasters.
Which was frowned upon, and then the game changed,
Yeah.
and it was like,
Like,
all
I mean,
right,
it was
got
like
some beasters,
it was
yeah.
fluffy
That
nugs
BC
that
bud.
smelled like hay.
hey, yep,
Yep.
hey, fluffy nugs, yep,
Yeah.
and
So
they
it looked great.
it
Like, you'd be
looked
like, oh,
pretty
that's not
good.
bad.
Smelled
they
like hay.
transported it in the hay, and so it took the smell, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and nobody really knew about the terpenes
No, no terpenes.
and
Those
trying
no-
to really preserve, and that's why motherfuckers that got them tight seals.
Yep.
Keep your seals tight.
I remember it's crazy though, because there's so many different names now, but there were some like Trainwreck would come around back then.
Yeah, that
Like,
shit would
it's-
give me the
Now
bubble
you got
guts.
blueberry.
Some
train.
Trainwreck or like some
You
some
know,
sour
he's the only
diesel.
person-
This is
I
before
have-
my time.
This is the
dude.
only guy.
I've always said that.
the only dude I've ever met that has certain strains of weed that gives him the bubble guts.
The bubble guts,
The
bro.
bubble guts, bro.
That's them damn pesticides.
Trainwreck.
guys.
Oh, another one is Jack Herrera type
Okay,
shit. That
yeah.
type of stuff gives me the fucking BGs.
See,
dude.
any
I don't
weed
like-
that I smoke,
I
if I
don't
smoke
like-
weed first thing, whenever I take my first hit in the morning, it doesn't matter what kind of weed it is. The shit comes like 20 minutes later.
Yeah, it does
Sometimes
help
right
with your
away.
digestive.
20 minutes.
That's the
It does
coffee.
help.
Though.
That's
That's
After
not
the
the weed.
no, it's not even like before
That's
I've
the
even touched
nicotine,
coffee. I
son.
take one hit of weed and I'm like, oh, it's time to go sit, bro.
I don't hit weed in the morning, so I can't really
I gotta
relate. But that's
fucking
crazy.
sit.
That's
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
Shit.
Your body's on a thing.
Yeah, pretty regular schedule.
It's
I
just
shit like a Swiss train, bro.
dude.
What's that?
I don't even
fast?
wanna
I
get
guess.
into
Yeah,
a
it's
conversation
efficient. It's
about-
always on time.
It's not even connected.
I'm
Like
not
it's floating.
always there when you call, but
Oh,
I'm always on time.
On time, gave you my all.
So baby,
Baby, let me get a little late night lover.
Damn.
sorry guys.
It's
you had to hear that.
murder.
We've got a bunch
Ja
of
Rule
songs. that we-
got back from Fire Festival to fucking spit those bars for
Yeah.
you real quick.
Oh my
God.
god!
Have you seen Ja Rule's? Didn't he do like a barbecue commercial or something like that?
I-
He did some
I saw
commercial
him
recently
somewhere.
that was like, fucking. He was
No,
going.
he's
in,
trying to
though.
make moves, and losses or L's aren't losses; they're lessons. So
Bro.
good for Ja Rule, and
Facts.
he's moving on.
Nelly's making moves. He's on Dancing with the Stars, bro.
Mhm.
I seen the man doing backflips. He was doing a dance to like a salsa remix of one of his own songs.
He was doing.
Hit the backflip.
Yeah,
He was wearing
J's.
J's with heels though.
J's with heels.
They were
No,
like
he
shiny
wasn't.
J's,
He
that
was,
custom J's that had heels.
He was. They were like
Why
tap.
was Nelly
they,
in
they were
heels?
tap. They were tap
he's
dancing.
dancing
heels.
Like
now,
a
bro.
small
No,
heel, like a
but-
small
like I
raise.
said,
He on
Small
Dancing with the
raise in the
Stars with
rear?
fucking Carol Baskins.
Oh my
Yeah, I'm
no.
telling you.
She's on Dancing with the Stars,
Yeah,
bro.
she is.
You're fucking.
Yeah, killed her husband, whacked him, bro.
Yeah.
No, Carol Baskins for real is on Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
joking.
And,
husband whacked
the family of the husband aired a commercial. They paid to have a commercial aired during her episode of Dancing with the Stars that were like, "We think Carol killed our dad, and we need your help to
Oh
put
my
this bitch in jail."
Dude, people are like cashing in. That's what 2020 is all about. If you see a moment, it doesn't matter if it hurts somebody or not, you need to cash in.
Yeah, cash in.
Apparently, because that's what the fuck people are doing.
People need it, bro.
It's so crazy.
Are
to
you
think
not
that show was
entertained?
this year?
Yeah, Tiger
that was,
King.
That was. This
it was a
year?
way less complicated time.
That was 20. That was this year.
That
Yeah,
was
Tiger
this
King's
year.
2020.
That was like the
Tiger
beginning
King is
of COVID.
so
post-quarantine,
long
bro.
ago.
It was.
It's
It
after
feels
March.
like so long ago.
That was
That was the beginning of. That was COVID. Like,
Yeah, March was actually 16 years ago, bro.
There's people
Pretty
actually.
much.
There's. I was just
Pretty
thinking about
much.
this the other day. There's people that I know that I've met and that I do business with that I've only known since COVID.
They're PC people, bro. Post COVID.
Wow.
Yeah, where
There's-
that's it's like BC and
Post-COVID
AD,
haven't
bro.
even happened yet.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so I was talking to someone on the phone the other day, and they used the most elegant term I ever heard. They said we're living in these COVIDian times.
Oh, okay. There we go.
COVID.
I was like, oh, this is the
times.
COVIDian era.
I do think it's strange that there was a shutdown and I moved here. You know,
Yeah.
like I literally just packed my shit and drove across the
It's
whole
America.
fucking
You can't tell
country.
people what the fuck to do.
Yeah,
I
'cause
love
you
that.
stopped and jumped out and you did everything.
Yeah, like, I
ain't nobody's
literally-
told you anything.
Ain't nobody told me nothing. If anything,
That's
people-
because nothing.
But
you are
the
free to
excitement
move
was
about the
running
country.
through me. Like every stop I went to, every person would be like, "Wow, you're really like you got some energy to you." And I'm just like, I don't know. Like I'm just excited. Like my life feels like it's just like what was that game where sometimes when you hit a certain spot you'd slide past a couple spots.
Sorry.
Was it sorry?
Yeah.
Then
was like one of my
dude, I
or,
feel
or Shoots and Ladders if
Or
you want
Monopoly.
Old school.
I don't
No,
think
Monopoly you don't slide.
Well, you'd move your game piece.
Yeah,
past
yeah,
the
you
go-
go.
slide your money
When
to
you
fucking
slide,
the
bro, you
taxes.
go
By the
1,
way-
2, 3.
Slide.
We
That's the
need
sorry.
to
I
get a
love
game of
sorry.
Monopoly going pretty soon.
Guys.
Anyways, carry
Monopoly?
on.
Can we please set up some type of a game night
Let's do it.
that we can set up the cameras? We just do some type
Yes.
of fun
That'd be
game night.
lit. I'd-
Yeah.
I would totally
Some
live
type of post-sober
I would
October.
Twitch some pool. That'd be dope,
I think
Pool?
Cody said that he
Pool?
wasn't gonna smoke for
bro.
fucking-
Because I'm
maybe a
fucking
couple
wreck at some
months.
pool.
Let me
I love
Twitch your
playing pool.
bro. I will not smoke weed again until I reach my personal goals, and those goals are private.
But
Well,
you'll-
you
but
just
you'll
gave
drink.
3, 6, and 12-month goals.
But that was private, buddy.
It was.
To
It
this
was.
So
podcast.
you ain't smoking weed for 12 months?
No.
Hey,
Until you're
but
on tour with
but you're
Tech
gonna
Nine.
You
drink,
know how
though.
much weed
What?
he would have?
You're gonna
We'll
drink.
see.
Save up
We'll
so
see.
much weed.
I mean, in one day I might just switch it because I can fucking do that because I'm a goddamn adult. But right now,
man.
I like
right
it.
now, I plan on just not smoking weed for a little bit.
You
Past
hear
the
that?
30 days.
You hear that, ladies and gentlemen? Because he's a goddamn adult.
Proud of you.
I think a lot of y'all should take that
I've been smoking weed
phrase.
my whole life. I can take a break.
So what did
man.
what did we talk about? What did I
That's
say that
right.
I think made a lot of sense? It was like
It didn't just make sense. It made dollar bits.
it was like every single person, right? When you look at all the people in this room right now,
right.
every single person has a certain skill or something that they bring to the table. And we all look at the next person and kind of wish we had their skill.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
oh man, I wish I could kind of do what you do.
Yeah.
And that is why when we work together, it's like such a fucking beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? So
No,
I don't
I'll
know.
get a round
Like,
of
like,
applause
I
for
just
that.
wanted to,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
That's motivational, bro.
Because it is like,
Motivational.
you know, like we're so quick to be like, man, I wish I could do that. But then like the person saying that does stuff that we wish we could do.
Exactly.
Like, bro, nah, but you can do this. It's like true. Like everybody's got these strengths, and together it's like, bro, I feel like we're that fucking thing that the Power Rangers make when we all come
Have
together.
you guys seen
Fucking
that
form
bro
the
hug?
Megazord.
That bro hug
Yes.
meme that they show with two dudes shaking like this, and their dicks are also going like this.
Can you do that in a 4-way?
That's basically what we're doing.
Oh,
right now.
dude.
As we're bro
touching
hugging.
tips, bro.
Bro.
Yeah.
It's all good.
We're
Dude, that's
docking
so-
right now.
And the funniest part about it is their dicks are shaking hands like this, like you would shake somebody's hand. It's so perfect.
Jesus Christ.
But they're doing it low, so
They're doing a
shaking
fucking
it.
right
It's a
on
double.
brother handshake, bro.
Yeah,
Right
it's
on,
called
brother.
That's funny.
That's
Oh,
great, bro.
Damn, bro.
It was just happening to that energy, man. It's contagious.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I have some fucking news, and I didn't tell any of y'all today. God, are y'all ready for this bombshell?
Please.
So ready.
I woke up this morning, you know,
Got yourself a
usual do, but it's Friday, so you know what's happening. I'm getting my hair cut. I pull up to the Brickyard, and motherfucking, I get in, and he goes, "Man, I got some great fucking news."
Oh boy.
I'm like, "Andrew, lay it on me. This is my last day. I'm no longer cutting hair. I just got a job, and I'm moving." What? I said, "Congratulations, brother," because I'm happy. He's, you know, he hasn't really. I think, you know, he's doing something really big for himself, and I'm very proud for him. And so, I'm at a loss. Like, congrats, but dog, I lost my barber today.
Yeah, who's gonna cut
You
my
know,
fucking hair, bro?
Who's gonna cut my hair?
Bro, I
Especially
just
'cause-
fucking lost my barber at that same fucking spot.
What
He
happened?
did.
What happened
Yeah.
to Ken, bro?
Oh, so it must be the spot
It must be
No,
the
no,
or
I
the
gotta-
market, or just
okay.
cutting
or the
hair.
market. Yeah,
No,
it's the market.
And let me tell you, I don't even think it's that. Like, and well, it could be. That could potentially be it. But here's what I was thinking. I moved down here in August. I'm up here.
Yeah.
If you
and-
flip it upside down, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like we've all been very creative. Like, we've all been shooting these ideas off of each other. And this kind of goes into my theory here. I think when you're around people who are continuously looking for growth, like they're every day is like, I know I could be better than where I'm at. Not to say that where I'm at is going to bring me that satisfaction and peace that I'm like, you know, overly wishing for. But when you're around people who are constantly getting it, it makes you want to just go get it. Like, it may not even, like, you could be 10 years into your profession. Like, I love what I do, but the people you're around all love what they do, and they're all cool with being there. But when you hang around constantly people who are changing up their environment, trying something new, taking chances, risk, you start to look at your everyday on some, like, you know, I feel like I haven't taken enough chances or risk. Not to say that this is why they left, but I think that when you're around people who are constantly changing the game for themselves, it inspires and gets you to do the same thing.
I love that.
And I think that's what's happened there. I think, like, yeah, I'm good at this. I am good at this. I love this. I enjoyed my time doing this. But this could be just one of the many things in my arsenal of capabilities.
So true.
So
Like-
do you think he got that from you a little bit too?
I wouldn't say just
Maybe
me.
you didn't want to say it, but maybe.
Maybe. Like, because, you know, like, okay, this cat moved all the way here from Texas. You know, he's chasing his dreams. He's doing all this, you know. And, you know, I'm not getting any younger.
Yeah.
And I'm good at this, and I did that, I did this, and I'm kind of comfortable. Let me do something. Let me
Take a
let
new
me test the
opportunity.
waters real fast. And what's crazy is Ken. And man, shout out to all these barbers, dude. Great
Brickyard.
fucking
I love
fucking
those
plays.
guys, man.
Great energy.
It's actually kind of fucked up because I was just thinking in my head, like, I'm gonna go get a fucking haircut from the guy that John's gonna hit. You know what? I'm just gonna go to him now.
Nope.
And you know what's actually crazy? The way the
Congrats.
world works is I have a barber I've been using since I was a kid. I met a barber today just over there across the street from the mall, and he's a hella cool cat.
Works
And I
for
was
a
like,
place called
damn,
Supercuts.
I've had a barber my whole life. I'm not coming. But You know.
Please hook us up, bro.
There you go.
need
I
to
don't
get
know
hooked
how he
up.
cuts.
Yeah, see, we're gonna find out.
Yeah.
Well, now when you got the ginger hair,
It don't matter.
you can fuck it up a little bit. It's okay.
It's resilient.
Yeah, when
But
you
got hair like John,
you got fine hair like that, bro.
You
this
can't
guy's
be
got
putting
that.
See, what's
one
funny
out of
is-
place,
John got
bro.
that thick nest.
What's funny is Cassie was telling me this morning. She was like, your hair is like a signature of yours. It's just so nice. And
who said that?
Cassie did.
Nice.
She was like, your hair is a signature. Like when people see your hair, like, damn, it's fucking great hair.
Bro,
So,
your hair is like an ocean.
and she's like, what? Like it'd be
Waves.
a shame if somebody fucked that up. And I'm like, no, it's true. Like so, that's why I always look at a barber and I'm like, I'm trusting you with
If
this.
Bro.
somebody shaves your head,
John woke up
done.
one day and said, "I think I'm gonna shave my head."
John was
That
gonna
says-
cut it,
Dude, I
bro.
was.
no, cut it, but not shave his head bald.
Dog, did you not?
No.
just-
No, I didn't say shave it. I said like
I
do
swear.
a one, like just a solid one.
If you,
on
the
That's
fact that you
shaved to
started
me.
in the
That's
front
shaved.
and went to the back meant you would have fucked it up
That's
right
shaved.
there.
Just if you, but you're talking about going, regardless of the length, one length all the way
all
around.
the way around, yeah.
What were you going through that day?
He was also thinking about getting a face tat.
It was just something different.
Oh,
no,
face
you
tat.
He
weren't.
thought maybe a little cross.
Nah, I
on the
wouldn't
eye.
do that. I
a
would
little,
never
a
do
little
that.
butterfly.
star.
I would never get a face tat. I'd get a
Yeah.
neck tattoo, but
Get a
not a face
teardrop.
Would you
tat.
do the
Ooh.
praying? Would you do the praying hands on your neck?
No.
What about a praying
I'd
mantis?
literally get the word
Praying
faith.
mantis.
That's as far as it goes.
A what?
I get the word faith.
Oh God!
Yeah.
I'm not trying. We've
Oh,
seen
God.
it. We've seen
In
it.
cursive?
So it's like it's. I
good.
mean, it's the most like
You gotta have
R&B
faith,
shit
bro.
you'll ever see. You know,
Get it
it's
behind
like
your
the
ear.
most R&B
Dog,
shit.
get it so small that people are like,
What is
zooming
that?
in, like,
You're like,
Hey,
I got a
it's
little
just something
faith.
slight.
Just
It's a little faith.
Just a little bit of faith. Yes.
Yeah.
oh no, you should get it in the fade.
Hey, Ed.
There you go.
Oh,
Sorry,
we
trying
just
to
thought
shave
of
it
his
down
new
there,
tattoo.
dude.
Yeah, and then when you're not really feeling the faith, you just grow it out.
that would actually be pretty clutch,
Yeah,
dog.
so
Yeah.
That's
And
that's
if
crazy.
sometimes I'll be hiding
If
my
you're
faith.
about to beef with somebody, you just shave. Just take a razor and say, "I've got the."
That would be
Pull the
pretty
razor
clean,
out.
bro.
And fucking just-
You hear these motherfuckers right now?
You should get a whole fucking all your motivational words in your fade.
Right.
Yeah,
Just
we should go get tattoos, bro.
faith. I do.
Let's get matching tattoos.
I'm game, dude.
down.
I'm so with it.
You don't
What
have any
should we get?
tattoos, Cody.
I've got more than you.
You don't have any.
How many you got?
You have 0.
How many do you have, Mike?
Listen to
I
two
have
people
one
with
and a
0
half.
tattoos arguing with who has the most.
I have 1.5
No, he
really
has
good
no-
ideas
no,
for tattoos.
He has no tattoos, and I have no tattoos. But like, I've been closer than he is. so.
No, you haven't.
Have you
Yeah.
thought? Cody, I
you
think I've
haven't?
Yeah, I've
literally
had it
heard-
drawn on my arm.
I've
You
heard
were, like,
Cody
gonna
say,
get it?
I
No.
would never get a tattoo.
And you walked
No.
out the building,
No, I've never
You've never even
stepped
considered
foot
it?
in the tattoo
Really?
shop.
Never even thought
No.
about it, huh?
but
No,
you get
I've never
matching
even heard
tattoos?
a tattoo gun running.
So we're getting tattoos of our dicks shaking
What?
hands. Is that what you're saying?
no.
Yo, my tattoo artist gun, you can't even hear it, bro.
Oh, I actually do
That's
have
amazing.
I
It's
actually do have
She
a.
got the Nimbus 5000.
I actually do have some tattoos that I would like to get. I would like to get. If I was gonna do tattoos,
Don't get
I
on
would
your
get.
upper back.
I would get from my wrist on, like, just my hands, just my neck, and just my feet, tube sock style on my feet, including the rim around. No, listen, hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Because then when I rock the long sleeve with the open button and the cut off pants, people are gonna think I'm tatted up. But then when I go and I jump in the pool, they're gonna be like, "You only got tattoos where people can see them," and I'm gonna say, "Duh, motherfucker."
So, dog, I honestly want to do the complete opposite of that.
I know everyone does. That's why
it's so funny.
I'm trying to do that.
To be able to look like you have none, but then being able to like.
Yeah,
just-
that's everybody.
Yeah, you
That's
flexing.
everybody. But if you were like, "No, I look like I got a lot,"
I'm
and I've
forgetting
got
his-
none.
Dude, I'm
Okay.
forgetting.
How would that look when you take it?
It would look the best.
Especially me, like pale white, and I got these like hand glove
But if
tats.
you leaned,
fucking
here's the
choker
thing: is
around your neck.
if you leaned in on it and you tattooed a fucking like those cheap dollar mittens, but tattoos of everything you ever wanted on your tattoo, it's all over your hands, your feet as tube sock. The key is you got to be up right about mid calf tube sock style.
so just
Okay?
solid.
And then your neck right here. If you did all that, you'd be the most different cat ever. John, quit looking at the camera. I'm telling you, this is $1 million idea, and someone's gonna steal it.
Someone's gonna need.
Someone's already done it.
If you steal this, or if
Mike's
you
gonna look it up and put it right in. It's gonna be in the. It's right there. Boom.
I'm going for it.
There you
you
go.
find
So
it.
since I did that, he'll have to.
Yeah.
Dude,
I'm
that's
going
so fucking funny, dude. There's
good.
there's this one guy who went to Kroger when I was in produce, and he dressed like, you know, a hipster. And, you know, he just dressed very nice. Then one weekend he came in shorts and a short sleeve, and he was covered in tattoos. Like, I mean, I've seen some covered fucks, but this fuck covered. I mean, I just couldn't believe it. Like, I was like, do you not feel pain? And, you know, what? Because he looked like he was maybe my age. You know what I'm saying? Like,
He been to prison.
I mean, could have been, but if you dress in that dapper, I don't know.
Well, I mean, if you work at Kroger.
No, I was working at Kroger.
Oh, okay. He was just
a person.
customer.
He was a customer.
Oh, he's selling cheese.
Was he wearing sweatpants? Did he drive a Bentley?
I drove.
Oh god.
That was good.
That one was for us.
That was good.
That was for us.
That was
Well,
good.
yeah.
I'm just saying I might know what he was up to.
I do. I'm still fucking blown away that Carol Baskins is on Dancing with the Stars. I'm honestly, I'm still just trying to process that.
One
right there.
quick
Like,
question is, does she have ass?
No.
Carol Baskins.
Okay, listen.
Carol
The,
Baskins.
the real thing to talk about.
She keep it juicy.
No, I'm just saying, like, does she
keep her
look like
lunch?
a star?
I have not
No,
seen her
no,
dance
bro,
at all.
No.
Oh, she's not the star. Dancing with the Stars.
No,
So
she is the star in the set.
Oh my lord.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
Carol.
Wow.
What are you doing there, Carol?
God damn it, Carol.
Carol, where's your
Carol.
husband, Carol?
Oh man, that's
Wait, everyone, stop and listen. Chris is listening to porn downstairs. What the fuck? Yeah. Your
what
guys'
it is,
roommate.
huh?
He's down there.
What's up?
He's down there fisting himself.
doesn't surprise me.
Giving himself a little.
It might be Mike's chair.
It's in Mike's chair. I was like, what the fuck, bro?
Okay, Chris.
That'll be a good.
Speeding up a little bit.
That'd be a good sample for a song.
What it is, ho? Oh, what's up?
All right. Can a nigga dig deep in them guts?
Them guts.
So I want to shift gears real quick. I really just want to talk about like live music and just kind of like where we're at in the state of live music. And there's a lot of kind of outcry to donate to some of these different places. Like I think it's like, I don't know the exact place, so I don't really want to quote it, but it's like keep music alive, keep live music in Washington, something like that.
Yeah, I've seen that. I know like Numos and a couple other Seattle venues are asking for.
They might be actually, not bouncing back from this. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's just kind of, I just kind of wanted to get your guys' thoughts on it. Since that's kind of just where we're at right now, we don't really know what's going to happen.
I see a lot of both sides of arguments in reference to it because I do see a lot of people that say, these are our local music venues. We need to save these places because this is what puts on for artists and stuff. And I know there's a lot of venues that do that. I mean, here in town specifically, I know Lucky You is really good at that. And there's a couple other spots that I really, campaign for. But I do hear a lot of people specifically in the hip hop arena that have the opinion that these venues have always kind of treated us like shit. These venues never really did anything for us or put us on the back burner. They've never taken care of us and always want to try to make a quick buck off of us and leave us with nothing. Mm-hmm. So now why would we bail them out? Mm-hmm. Unless we can get some new owners in there or some diverse ownership that will treat hip hop and similar music, like other genres and things like that and treat it like it has value.
Is that how you feel? Is that your opinion?
I'm just saying I've seen both sides of that.
But what's
opinion.
your opinion on it?
It depends on the venue, I think. I think it depends on if the venue has a good reputation for taking care of all of the artists that come in.
Base it on your majority. Like, how have your experiences been compared to, like, have they been positive, or would you say they've been kind of both?
Most of the venues I've performed at here specifically and the venue that I performed at in Seattle have taken good care of me.
Sweet.
I think that's also partially due to my selection with the venues that I perform at because I don't perform at venues that I wouldn't say the same thing about. So I've just never put myself in the situation to have that negative experience, or it's been a long time and I've learned that lesson. And those venues don't exist anymore, so I can't talk shit about them anyways.
Yeah.
So,
what do you think, John?
but
I can honestly say, like, I haven't performed any of my new music or any of that, but from what I can tell, it's unfortunate that these venues are having to, like, hey man, I could use some donations.
Mm-hmm.
But I can also speak for the artists who have been jibbed by venues, or even the ones that say, yeah, you get your cut on tickets or you get your cut on this, and they never get that. Like, they never get what they were promised. Everything should be in ink, but from what I can tell, the majority venues do what they can. The problem is getting people to come out and just be a part of the thing. So I mean, I'm sorry, dog. Like, for me, I'm not finna bail you out. Like, I'm, at least for me personally.
I mean, for me personally too, I'm not gonna donate to just like any venue, but definitely like the venues. Like I definitely want to keep it alive. I want to keep live music alive.
Oh,
for sure.
I want to, and I think that it's going to be alive no matter what. I think there'll be people playing on the fucking street.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're not going to be able to keep it away, but
I think that
I love organized live music.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I think that because people speak with their dollar, the venues that deserve to be saved, that have treated people well or whatever, will probably be okay. We'll probably have people that step behind them to champion their cause and keep them afloat. Because that's what happens. Like, if you have somebody that you genuinely fuck with that's had your back and that's done shit for you, like, when they're on the outs, you're gonna want to see them get back to normal. Like, you're gonna there's what am I trying to say? There's a reason for you to help there. You know what I'm saying? Because those are people you genuinely want to see succeed. If you have people that have ran their club kind of shitty, or not taking good care of people, or not, been as thankful for the artists as the artists are for the venue, and haven't been a mutual relationship, I mean, it's not necessarily a bad thing that some of these venues may close and reopen under new management that may do it better.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I think that a lot of this lies on the artists. I think that a lot of artists that bitch about it also don't take any type of preparations to make sure they're in good communication with the venue, to make sure that they don't have management taking care of some of these things. So they just show up and think they're going to get the red carpet laid out because they're rap artists in fucking X city.
But also it goes both ways too, man, because like I remember when I wasn't even doing music, we were opening at this place called Rumors for they were the Free Souls.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Corey, Cam, and Scotty. But I remember they got there like, we got the show planned out, and you get there, there's no PAs, there's nothing. But the venue ain't tell them that. They didn't tell them none of this stuff.
Well, that's poor communication on their end.
Yeah, but it also it kind of it goes back both ways. Like at the initial, like, okay, we want to do a show here,
right?
But I would imagine at some point both of them are in the same room together, saying like, all right, we'd love to do a show,
or does like the venue not also want this to be successful?
Right.
Like,
I mean, because why would a venue set up for failure like that?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Well, we've been there though. Change. We performed in a virtual golf game,
but it's a Hey, that was not too bad actually.
The sound was terrible.
No, the problem. I think the problem is that if you were in a situation where someone was requesting to come and have an event at your place, it's not necessarily, it's poor communication on both sides, but the venue is just thinking, I just need people in here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So whatever y'all do, I don't know what y'all do because I don't know y'all. And so if y'all are doing handstands in the middle of the floor and spinning and doing kick flips on skateboards, we ain't gonna need no PA. You know what I mean? So it's like, what do y'all do? You know what I mean? Y'all make music, okay? Well then, then that conversation happens.
No, that's why there's somebody that handles.
But no, we've been through it. We've been through it. Like there were shows that we've planned, and the conversation is, do y'all have a PA? No, we don't. Oh, okay. Well, we're on our second meeting. So damn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like,
we planned the show for a month from now. Okay, we got to get a PA.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like it can get if somebody doesn't bring it up, it can easily get missed.
So many times you're gonna see you're gonna catch things that you're like, oh my god, if I won't even ask.
Yeah, you can't just take shit
for
granted, bro.
You know how many times I've seen a rap group use one mic?
Yeah, so many times.
And they've tried to pass it real quick, and you're up on stage, and you're thinking, or you're looking at them on stage, and you're thinking, y'all need to just. Bro. Y'all need to go home and revisit this.
Grow up.
The few times that we had managed to get all 5 members of Soundcast in the building for shows.
3 mics, man.
Yeah, 3 mics or 4 tops, I think it was the most. But 3, and we're usually passing them, bro.
Yeah. And I mean, that's okay, because then you can kind of get around it. Problem is whoever's job it is to untangle those cords when you're done.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So,
Guys, I just want to.
but my personal opinion on the venues and whether they need to, what they're going to do to stay afloat and all that is they need to get strategic with like partnerships, and they need to start figuring out ways to adapt with the times and get out there. And, you know, I was just kind of thinking, you know, like they need to, Numos, you know, should have somehow, some way a mobile Numos stage that gets carted out to the front of the joint, or it can pull up at a park and someone could do a, you know, an impromptu, hey, within the next hour, I'm doing a set at this park, yada, yada, yada.
Right.
All brought to you by Numos. There's a little food cart there. You know, there's somebody, you know, illegally selling alcohol to the kids that walk by, whatever. But I'm basically saying they need to get creative and bail themselves out, because everybody's struggling out here.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean, and you can
really.
have open for donations, and I think that it's cool that people donate. But
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think
Yeah,
that they
I
do
mean,
need to.
I think it's cool if you can donate to it if you can afford it, but for the most part, if you at a venue, them drinks damn near $7 a pop. You know,
Yo,
like
listen.
it's like I'm already busting balls.
So
to be
I think
here.
it's different. Like when you're in Spokane too, there's like a real appreciation. Like when you go to the Lucky You Lounge, especially, and I love to shout them out because I love them, and also it's like, dude, they take a lot of pride in what they do as far as how they set up the vibe, how the venue set up the sound. Like when you ever went to the Bartlett, they actually had like the, you know, the wood up in the top to really like, because they understand how the sound bounces off and how the crowd is going to be, you know,
Receiving
interacting with that performance and stuff. So it's like, and with Lucky You, they've just made such a beautiful, that back patio is so beautiful.
Well, and
like,
even their stage area, they
like,
have.
I want, and then that downstairs, it's like I just want to. There is a passion in me to want to make sure that like we don't lose that awesome place that we get to like get on stage and pull.
Assuming you can still get on stage, because what hurts me the
That's
most is,
question.
you know, yeah, you can get all the donations you want, but what if you fall short and you get foreclosed on anyway? What, your $200-300 went to shit?
No,
yeah,
now
and
you,
the owner of
now you owe me
Numos
money.
just got a he just
he
got a new
donate-
Tesla.
He just because
He just
now he's
got a
got
new Tesla.
because
Tesla
what
in
he's
a
gonna
pandemic?
do. What he's gonna do
Yeah.
is he's gonna sell it. He's gonna get what he gets. Like, yeah, we're going under, but there's potential in going under every time. So for me, it's like, okay, I gotta close up shop, but there's an investment elsewhere. So I hear you. I love live music. I don't ever want it to go anywhere, but realistically, just know if you donate and that shit go under, you're out money and you're never seeing that venue again. And with COVID looking the
it's
way it
going,
will,
man.
how do we know we're even gonna get another venue or like really have
Are we
something back?
guys, do you think
We
we're gonna
will.
be? You guys think we're gonna be strapped in with the VR goggles?
No.
Yeah.
Like, all right, guys, $10 a ticket. Get your VR goggles. Strap in.
What was the name of that movie?
Like, you know what it's gonna
Ready
be? It's like
Player
gonna be
One.
like
Ready
that
Player
inversion
One, yeah.
table,
Same Ready
and you're gonna
Player
just
One.
like.
I love that you knew.
Yeah.
You're gonna fold back into your chair, and you're gonna strap on your goggles, and you're just gonna go into another universe.
Living in the
And
stacks,
I'm telling you, that's already how it's gonna be, dude. Have you guys seen Ready Player Go? What is that shit?
Ready Player One. We were
Ready
just
Player
talking
One.
about that.
Yeah, and shit like that. Like all that.
You seen Surrogates with
Nah.
Bruce Willis?
Surrogates. I've seen
Nah, I never
Surrogates.
saw
Yeah, bro, that's a fucking crazy movie right there.
Have y'all seen
guys
the
seen
Fifth Element?
Y'all seen the Truman Show?
I've seen Fifth Element.
Just
Y'all seen the whole 9 yards?
Okay.
I've seen the whole 10 yards.
Oh,
Not nearly as good, bro.
Not
Definitely
yet.
more in the vein
Y'all
of analyze
seen-
that.
Y'all seen Big Trouble in Little China?
Nah, you seen Rush Hour?
Yeah,
I don't know how these
I've
are.
seen Rush Hour 2 and 3.
Okay, fine. Go
Oh.
ahead then. What's your favorite fucking action comedy?
Action comedy?
Action
Throw it.
comedy.
Oh, come on. That's
Action. Well, which one? Which
Ah,
one?
Name one. Action comedy. Just
Bad
go.
Boys, bro. It's got to be Bad Boys.
Oh, Bad Boys. The first one?
I think the second one, probably.
The second one might take the cake.
What about you, John?
I haven't seen the third one.
He said
Oh.
that. He said that fish got some big fucking eyes.
Yeah, he got some big
Martin,
fucking
bro.
eyes.
You know what? Okay, so Martin, bro, he had that other one with Steve. What's it? National Security.
And that's-
I
dude,
fucking love that.
Yeah,
movie,
that's a good
bro.
one.
it got such poor ratings. It's one of the funniest.
I love
I
that.
feel like a
movie.
lot of
I
comedies do
love
get
that
poor
movie.
ratings.
Yeah.
It kills me. That movie was hilarious. He goes, "Wait, you didn't
Motherfuckers
tell
don't
me your
know.
wife was, your girlfriend was black."
Yeah. Oh, Blue Streak too. I like that
Yeah,
one.
Yeah, I
Blue
was,
Streak
I
was
couldn't
a
think of the name.
sister.
That was a good one.
The diamond one where you kept having the diamond hidden.
Yeah,
Just kept
I mean,
putting
hold
kids in
on.
it.
And
Fuck.
fucking
And Dave
Bowfinger.
Chappelle was
Action
in that.
comedy.
I like
action
Bowfinger
comedy.
too.
Oh, Bowfinger.
Okay, here's
Wow,
here's
Eddie
one.
Murphy.
Yeah.
We watched it the other day because it's kind of action. White chicks.
Oh, dog, we watched
That could be
White
an action
Chicks,
comedy.
and so you know when we said we went back and watched Grandma's Boy and we were disappointed.
Yeah.
So we went back and watched White Chicks. Impressed.
So impressed. Held up.
Fucking funny.
Just
bro.
held up. Like I mean, it like
cried,
every
dude.
scene held up the test of time. Like it's like, oh yeah, this is good.
That's what's up.
So good, dude. The Wayans brothers are amazing, dude.
That's
and,
what's
Yeah,
up.
there
and
they
also
are.
I watched. This is not completely off topic, but Sextuplets or whatever with Marlon Wayans. It's on Netflix.
Okay.
Or something like that. And it's like where he does some Eddie Murphy shit where he plays like
All
a
the
bunch of different
characters. Yeah,
characters.
yeah,
And I was like, man, it's gonna be dumb. I'm just gonna throw it on.
yeah. Sure.
Hilarious.
I'm gonna have to check that out, man.
Kills it,
I'm gonna
bro.
have to check that out for sure.
But for me, probably Rush Hour for sure.
Yeah, Rush
like
Hour.
like Rush Hour
See,
or Shanghai Noon.
Shanghai Noon.
I
bro.
gotta tell you,
Yeah.
the reason why I love Rush Hour so much is because of the youthful Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan we got.
So good, bro.
Like Chris Tucker was wearing a suit that he didn't even fit yet. You know, like it was just this youthful, charismatic, hungry, and then Jackie Chan was just this legend already.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it was like, what the fuck is this? But it made all the sense in the world. Rush Hour, to this day, in my opinion, is still slept, and it had some of the best soundtrack too.
yeah, Rush Hour soundtrack.
Rush Hour
bomb.
soundtrack.
Because
was
I remember
just
that girl,
killer.
that like the little girl, she was like listening to Mariah Carey. and
Yeah,
shit.
I
And then-
remember.
And then all of a sudden the door opens, it's like Rush Hour, and then just like pulls her out.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh.
Rush Hour was one of like the first movies I saw as a kid where they did like a lot of bloopers during the credits.
I
Oh,
love
love
that.
And that blew my mind just to
Yep.
see Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan just blowing takes and having a fucking
That
blast.
was
man.
funny.
Like
it was one of my favorite.
I loved that.
He was
bro.
like because Jackie Chan had such that broken English.
Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
like Chris Tucker would like just like play like at fun at that.
Do
and,
you
like,
understand the
and
words
then
that are
Jackie
coming
would like play fun of him. and
Gefilte
man.
fish.
Yeah.
Gefilte fish.
Oh, I got one for
What
you guys.
is it
What was your
good for?
guys' Friday night as a child? I know we've talked about this before, but I want to hear John's.
Oh, okay.
What was your Friday night like? Because this is sober John. This is as a kid, long week of school. Parents ain't on you. It's Friday night. You could go stay at your buddy's house. What was it like? What were you getting that action comedy? Were you playing tag around the house?
We were doing a lot of like tag and stuff. Like it was a lot of
Like chasing each other
around the house,
jumping on a trampoline.
jumping on the trampoline,
Ooh,
fucking
on Friday.
Yeah,
There you
on
go.
Friday, like we, like, hey, we're gonna crash, and then sometimes at the end of the night, but that was like
Would y'all sleep on the trampoline sometimes?
sometimes we slept on the
Sleep on the
trampoline.
trampoline.
Yeah,
Bro.
those are the best,
In
dude.
Texas.
In Texas,
Of course,
yeah,
there
the
you
Texas
go.
sky.
Only
And
in
what
Texas.
was cool was like you always had Dr Pepper. Like that was
Yeah, see, that
that
2
was
liter.
like
it-
Dr Pepper was it. Like that
jam.
was like it was like you come over, and what's funny is like shout out to Dalton and Chase, man, because their parents were the goats. Like they literally had every snack you ever wanted from the grocery store.
Yeah.
They had when we spent the night, there was pizza. There was like tons of boxes of pizza. It was just always hooked
Damn,
up.
them some rich. That was a
Right,
good
they were
fam.
putting on for you, bro.
Dude,
Yeah.
but that was
I had one of those. I remember having one.
But
of
it
those.
was the
Shit.
best because like they didn't just do it. They wasn't on some flex shit either. It was just because they genuinely wanted to see us have a good time.
Yeah.
And they got off on seeing their kids have fun. And
See,
dude,
that's me, 100%. I get off like on having my just having
Just-
people having a good
Yeah.
time. Like
when people are having
facilitating
fun,
that,
it's lit. Like when
I love
somebody
It's a
that.
good feeling, bro.
when somebody
I
can
love
tell you the
that.
next day, like, yo, I really had fun. Like you're like.
Yes.
I
That
see
was-
someone
that
like,
was
you want some
memorable.
water? Like we gotta just.
But also
See-
the game that was popping, San Andreas.
Of course.
That was
Ooh.
The
the
cheat
Little
codes
a-
had them
little-
written
little
out on
after my
notebook
time.
paper,
on Xbox.
bro.
Mhm.
So you,
That was till
So
this
you were
day.
that
you get the
young
cheat
boy.
codes off the internet. You write them on the notebook paper. It's folded up and tucked in the game case.
My dad would literally pop in my room at like 4 a.m. and
Yeah.
be like, "You're still awake?" And
Of course.
and I'd be flying that red airplane because you're at the Nerds Dudes and you have to like shoot down that thing.
Yep.
And it was the hardest fucking
Oh,
mission.
that drone. Yeah, the little
drone
helicopter.
plane?
Yeah.
I
oh,
hated that
fuck
fucking mission,
bro.
dude.
Took
And
forever.
Have you guys ever played Grand Theft Auto
weed.
Nah, I never played it.
All
on
you
weed.
had to do was follow the damn train, CJ.
Dude, because I swear to God, bro, that was the other thing. Besides freestyling, when that shit when that weed would hit, and you get on that for us, it was Grand Theft Auto 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you were just running around, and you're like, I can do anything. You know,
See, Grand Theft Auto had the livest soundtracks too. I won't deny that they put me onto a lot of good music. Like, shout out to Rockstar. They definitely put us on.
You guys
See, when we were kids, like Friday night, it wasn't the Dr. Pepper. We had the root beer. We had the 2 liters of like some mug root beer, and we had fucking like the y'all remember Squeeze-Its?
Oh yeah.
The little fucking the plastic juice bottles.
Yep,
You tear the top off with your teeth.
Oh, yeah.
So we get.
Those were good.
We had a video store
I think I was
down a couple blocks down from the house. We could walk down to the video store, go rent a DVD or a VHS or
I
whatever it was.
remember that.
So
too.
and we were so stoked to go down there. Had like the punch card with free rental every 10 rentals or whatever. So we go rent games and movies and shit. But we get whatever movie we were gonna get, and we go back to the house and make some popcorn. We'd all watch the movie, and then like my dad would be like, because it would be me and my sisters or me and my friends or whoever was there. He'd be like, man, it's getting late. I'm going to bed. Y'all can just crash in the living room or y'all can go down and crash in the den. And when you got that go ahead for like, you don't have to sleep in your room tonight, you could just kick it in the living room and do the damn thing.
it's one of those.
You got the TV out there. You got the video games. You got the fucking, bro, just like so many late nights.
Yeah, that meant you
on the
could eat whatever
PlayStation
you
or the
wanted.
Nintendo 64. Yeah, raid in the kitchen and shit.
Dog, what a feeling that
Ah,
was.
man, when they
Yeah,
unlocked
Friday
that, you
night.
feel like cheat code unlocked
bro,
or
there
something.
was
Oh, you
like-
sleeping in the living room
My
tonight.
thing, bro, that one little sugar lizard, bro, was that fucking was that cereal, dude. Because I would get into that cereal, or if you stayed at like a rich friend's house and they had like the big hitters,
Yeah.
like they had the mini wheats, they had the frosted flakes, they had the fruity pebbles, they had the cookie crisp.
Captain Crunch.
They
the
caught me,
Captain
bro.
Crunch.
They caught me. I was just in the store the other day, went to go get a couple things, and on the shelf I saw Golden Grams got the retro recipe with all the real honey added back in it, and then right next to it was Trix with original fruit shapes instead of the new shit that isn't fruit shape. They brought back the fruit shapes.
So you brought them.
I bought
both?
2 big family-sized boxes of cereal.
Yeah.
My daughter was with me. She's like, Dad, you're getting all that sugar cereal? Mom's going to be pissed. I said, Mom's pregnant. She's going to eat all that shit too. Like, she-
Don't trip.
now is the
Love
time.
that.
It's
My
snack
Friday,
time.
my Friday night was going over to like one of my cousin's house. He lived like up in like near Cheney, and so once you're up there, you're committed.
Yeah.
That was a whole.
You're out
deal.
there, bro.
You know what I mean? It ain't like you could turn back halfway through and say, "Mom, no,
No.
you're deep."
Yeah.
You pull in. There'd be a couple logs on the wood stove when you walked in, so it'd have that stovey smell.
Yeah.
You guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, like
My
hot dust.
uncle would be chilling, watching the news or something like that, but he was hella chill. He was always hella cool, and he'd be like, you know, get to bed kind of early so we can get up and ride dirt bikes. And it's just like, oh fuck yeah, let's ride some dirt bikes in the morning, you know. And then, we would all run into my cousin's room and pick our spots to sleep. There was like some really good spots, and then there was like a little crammed spot in the corner, and you didn't want that spot. So like if you were getting over to this house late, you had to that little
you get the
shitty
crammed
spot to
spot,
sleep,
yeah.
kind of like what you were saying in the living room. There's only a few good spots.
Yeah.
The good
Get one of them
couch.
couches. Yeah.
Yeah,
You'll
and
end up
that
on
dude
the
with
floor.
the good couch, yeah.
claimed
If it's not your house, and you
claimed it.
called the good spot. Oh, the
Sprawled
parents
fuck
start to
out.
look at you
The
a little
leather
different.
couch.
Yeah.
Bro, the
Pretend like you
cushions
live
are
here
like
and shit.
this long.
Yeah.
Like a
all
whole
fat
fucking
and wide.
queen size bed.
Yes.
You end
It was
up
a
getting
whole
that floor
vibe.
spot. You looking at these couch people like, throw me a cushion or something.
It was a whole vibe. Remember how much usage the bathroom got when you have 4 people over?
Oh, it was
at the house?
lines, bro.
Jesus,
Lines
that thing was
every
just
time.
getting pissed in
Mountain
like crazy.
Dew, bro. Just that neon fucking. That,
Yeah.
bro, it's
Hey,
the
yo, that
secret of the
shit was getting
ooze,
some
bro.
extra-
Brewing up some
Exercise.
fucking plutonium in that toilet, bro.
Yeah.
bro.
I can't even imagine.
We
it.
played Madden until fucking so the thing was is that, like we weren't getting high, right? So it was like we would just play Madden and shit until our eyes felt like we were high. Right? Like,
Yeah.
Yes, you played
Like it
till
was
they were
so
shut,
fucking
dude.
late. You're just like
dried
eyes were
up.
just like they were dried up and they were just heavy as fuck and they're just like, no man, just you want to go one more, man.
Bro, it was always the challenge
you
because
slept so good.
someone in the group without fail is like, we're gonna stay up all night.
Night, yeah.
Oh,
We're not
all
going to
night.
sleep
Here's
tonight,
another
bro.
one.
We're all
First-
staying up, and then that guy's asleep at 10:30, and you're like,
First one to
Here we
go to
go.
sleep. Oh,
Yeah,
God
first
dang,
one to
it
go to
was
sleep.
over.
Hey, if you fall asleep with your shoes on, it's fair game, bro.
Fuck, we
Dicks
were
on
way
your face.
past that. If you just went to sleep first at all,
You're done.
That's
It was
it.
over.
We're about to fuck with you all night. And all of us have fell asleep first. And you know when you're just so tired, and so you're like, all right, all push it aside, bro. Leave me the fuck alone. Bro, I want to sleep.
It's over,
And
bro.
you get loud, and you trying to tell on the dude's house it is.
And I'm so
Fucking
glad.
Danny, stop
up,
fucking with
baby.
me. I'm telling your mom.
I'm trying to go to
and it's
sleep.
so
The
necessary.
funniest part is they'll walk out and they'll be like half asleep, mad, like.
Or you just get up and try to go back with him. Fucking, I'm getting
uh,
up then.
Not even
Right?
that.
Wait till one of you guys fall asleep. I'm about to fuck your mom.
You know what they like to say? You know what they like to say too? Grow up.
Yeah, bro.
Grow up. You guys are
Grow
such
up.
kids.
Jesus Christ.
The funniest.
Yeah.
The
Little
funny-
did they know they're saying grow up with a fucking G.I. Joe glued to their forehead. Grow up.
No, for
And they
me,
don't even
it was
realize.
a big ass veiny cock right on the fucking mouth.
Yeah.
We got in trouble for that shit, so we stopped drawing them on their face.
Yeah,
but
dicks.
like we saw a couple of like videos of it. We were just like, dude, we're doing that. We got so much
Plus,
trouble.
dog, as soon as we started watching Jackass,
Oh, it was over.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
dude.
what
It was
That's
over.
what it was.
I used to
Those
watch
guys-
Jackass and CKY with the homies. I had this one big buff homie, Steven, and I remember one night I passed out on the couch, and if you passed out around him, he would just sock you in like the head as hard as he fucking could, bro. I got punched in my fucking dome, bro. I'm in like 7th grade, and I'm like trying to pass out on the couch and shit, and yeah, he just fucking binked me in my goddamn dome piece, bro.
I would hate. That would be the worst.
Oh, bro.
Bro,
pissed.
swear.
oh my bad, you trying to sleep?
Swear, we boxed.
And dude's
Yeah.
like 3 times the size of me, so I'm like, I can't, you know what I'm saying?
So
I'm
after
trying
he
to get
after
pieced
he
up.
binked you up, what did you say? Like, what
I mean,
did he say?
he probably didn't say.
Is he just
binked
like,
him up.
I'm
He probably
sleeping.
So you shouldn't fell asleep, bro.
Yeah.
It's just like, what kind of hell is this?
Yeah, bro.
I remember plugging.
I just fell asleep. Like,
And he
what
was a
did I
super
do to
chill dude.
deserve
Like
this?
during the day, he's super chill. He stood up for us a bunch of times because we were like a little bit younger and he's bigger and shit. So like he like would fight on our behalf and was like our homie. But like
The moment
fall
you fell
asleep around
asleep?
him, he's like, bam.
What the fuck?
damn.
Keep you on your
bink
toes,
right on the
motherfucker.
fucking
Are you
head.
fucking kidding me?
It's
Yeah.
crazy,
Yo,
bro.
this one time, right? This one time I was fucking, I just got like punched in the face by this dude for no reason, bro. And then he just like gave me this cocaine, and then it was okay.
Nice.
Jesus.
So sorry about
And-
your.
and
Sorry
that was
about
it.
your. fucking
Yeah, like
face.
we were just out, and I was like,
Here's some
he, like,
cocaine.
he like punched this other dude in the face. I thought it was funny. I was like, you just punched that dude.
Damn.
So you say he punched you for no reason, and then clearly told us the reason.
Well, no,
that
what's
you got
the
punched.
reason?
Yeah, there was no reason.
So you hit that guy. That was pretty funny, huh?
Oh God.
Not so
Damn.
funny now.
Not so funny now. Who's the leader of this fucking
This
gang?
shit's serious,
Who's
bro.
the leader of this gang? It was obviously him.
This
That boy-
shit's serious.
That boy was off the henny.
And you know
So-
me, bro. I just like shut down. I was just like,
No hard feelings, bro.
I can't believe you just hit me in the face.
Here's some cocaine, bro. No hard
Was
feelings.
your nose bleeding?
So he hit me in the face, right? And then I just was like, and then all of a sudden it started bleeding. And I was like, oh shit.
Oh, shit.
And then I just like, I went into the bathroom. And I was just like, what the fuck? And then he just like walked in and just like threw a gram of cocaine on the table.
So-
and was just like, my bad, man.
You're gonna have to forgive me. I'm
Yeah,
off
and then
that
he
street
just
weed.
dipped out, bro. And he just left, and I was just like, all right.
I guess I can't be
And-
mad.
and
See,
at
he
that
was
time,
coked out.
I really was just like, you know, man, a gram of coke was definitely worth that invigorating feeling.
Yeah.
yeah, that guy must watch Jackass.
You really just busted
I
my
mean,
nose in. I'm
so-
ready now.
The
The
guy
way you
obviously had coke. How much was he charging for a gram?
Like a punch in the face.
Yeah, you rather pay like what 60 or a punch in the face, bro?
Yeah, exactly.
See, that's so funny because the way you're like, boy, he just got punched in the.
Oh no, I was kind of clowning too. I was just like, wow.
You got knocked the fuck out.
You let him sock you? Wow.
Flattened, bro.
Can't believe you just got hit. You a
and,
bitch.
And I think the thing that triggered that was that he was also one of those guys that was like had your back, but then
Yeah.
it's like would just like do weird shit.
Wild
like
card,
that.
bro.
Wild card shit.
Sometimes you gotta have those guys on the team.
I
You
hate
know,
it.
I remember this other time,
Socked
right?
in the
I'm
jaw.
at this guy's house, right? And these motherfuckers are taking whippets, right? And they're all
Wah,
whipping
wah,
in and out,
wah,
right?
wah,
And they're
wah,
all
wah.
fucking There's these fucking crack
Is that what the kids call it,
canisters
whipping
all
it
over the
out?
Fucking, that's what I
They
call
were
it.
all whipping
What
it
the
out.
And I didn't want to do this shit, right? And
Dick
I'm just like,
handshakes.
and I haven't done any whippets. I was sitting there. I was just like, I don't fucking do this shit. All weird. And
Yeah.
they're all like purple in the lips, like chasing after these canisters. Oh, this one's used. Oh God, we need to get some more. And it was just like
What
weird,
the
right?
Fuck.
So
It's actually really fun.
What the
So,
fuck?
It's really
listen,
fun.
So I'm in the
Whippets are fun.
bathroom and I'm just sitting in the bathroom and I had this Gandalf pipe and I was just smoking out of this Gandalf pipe while I was taking a shit, and all of a sudden they all walk into the bathroom
While you're smoking?
and I was like half shit and I was like,
You hadn't
and it
clipped
just
it?
no, it wasn't out that far actually.
I'm shitting.
So it was
It
like
was just the
prairie
turtle
dogged
head.
out a little bit,
Okay,
yeah.
and it was
I
starting
was
to
like,
push through.
And all of a sudden I had this weird anxiety where I just like couldn't shit while they're in the room.
Well, they
right?
caught
So
you.
you sucked
You're
it back
most
up?
vulnerable.
So it was like too far out, but couldn't. And like, so
You're
they had
stuck in shit.
Me, they
limbo,
really had me
bro.
cornered. They had me cornered, and they were like, "Listen,
You're taking a whip.
we're not gonna leave until you take a whip it." And I was just like, "Ah, man." I'm
All
like,
right, let me clip this
so I
off.
finally convinced them to like let me clip it off, and then and then I just faked the whip it. I didn't even take it. I was just like, "This shit."
You got some
I was
good.
like,
You got some good friends, man.
"Yeah, it's so stupid." But dude, whippets, man. Shout out to them.
shout
Have you
to
done
them.
it?
Their demise. No, I've never done whippets.
Okay.
I did it.
They're kind of fun.
just like
Yeah, no,
stops.
you gotta go.
No, you got to go for it.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
no,
then
dude.
the whole world will shut down for about 10 seconds.
Yeah, 10
Yeah,
seconds.
I
You get a
like
little
that.
wah wah wah.
I've
wah,
never
wah.
done salvia.
Yeah, me either.
I've never done.
I've heard some.
I've never
Salvia's
done. I've
what's
never
your-
smoked spice.
No, me either.
I've
That
smoked
shit'll fuck
K2.
you up.
Smoke some K2.
I smoked salvia one time,
That's
and my experience with salvia was it was the weirdest shit ever. It felt like my mouth and tongue was a treadmill, and everything in the room it went into my face. It was the most, and I couldn't stop it. So like
Did it
the
hurt?
whole room was just like everything off the table just was like and like the posters were coming off the wall, just hitting me and choking me. It was fucked.
That's
Dude,
terrifying.
what
It
the
was
fuck?
very fucked, bro.
For me, like it was K2, and I wouldn't call that spice.
K2 is this kindergarten to second grade?
No,
K2.
no. K2, like it
Sounds
was
like a
literally-
mountain.
Dude, I kid you not. It's I'm surprised you haven't heard of it.
Yeah,
It's-
we've heard of K. I've heard of K.
Okay, you've heard of K2?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's
heard
not
K-Swiss.
it's not spice. Great beat. No, that's the shoes.
That's the
Damn it, I'm
shoes.
thinking of fucking
K Swiss.
Swiss
yeah,
beats.
head ass Swiss beats. Head boy.
Damn.
But no, there's this shit called K2, and I remember I was smoking it with my cousins. My cousins put me on, and my cousins like they kind of talked up on it like it was like, man, I'm smoking some of that Stanger. I'm like, what? And like this is before I smoked weed or anything. So they're just like, man, hit on some of this, So I remember I'm smoking. I remember I was in the passenger seat and I'm like hitting it from a little pipe, a little wrench pipe.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I don't really feel anything. And then I remember I took a step out of that fucking car. And I just remember being like the whole world. Like, it was like I fell into my body. Like, I really fell into it. And then I saw a car pass by and I was like, that's a fucking car. And I just bust out laughing for no fucking reason. And then another car passes and I look up and I'm like, that was another car. And I just bust out. And I'm like, yo, I don't think this is healthy.
Yeah.
But let's do it again. So I remember I smoked that shit like every other night for like a whole summer.
Oh damn.
Damn.
Yeah, dude.
Went hard.
I did go hard in the paint. But I'm not going to lie, though. I was like my sophomore year. It was like my transitioning year from freshman to sophomore. So I remember being like, I didn't do anything bad because I was uber religious. Like, I was like, only listen to Christian rock, only listen to Christian rap. Like, I was in it. So this was my way of kind of like being a rebellion, or like
Yeah.
a rebellious little thing.
So, fuck you, newsboys.
Like, dude, and I was smoking that shit, and I remember my mind really opened up a little bit. Like, I was like, wow, there's this stuff that exists.
It's a
And-
whole world out here.
but people talked about weed all the time, but I just never smoked it because I
Yeah.
was like, the smell intimidated me, and I knew it was illegal. And this K2 stuff you bought at a corner store.
It's fine.
Yep, that's the problem with it is that kids get it at that corner store. They think it's all legit, and that shit come from China.
Fuck you up.
Mm-hmm.
One
Smoking
dude,
at COVID, bro.
my cousin told me he was like,
1999 COVID.
he took it once or he smoked it once, and then he started like foaming at the mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a couple friends when they were on like probation and couldn't smoke weed, so they were picking up spice, And my one homie got like really bad heart palpitations and had to go to the hospital and shit. Yeah, that shit's no good for you, bro.
No, definitely not.
Heart palpitation. What is that?
It's like when your heart go ba-bum, 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 but not how it's supposed to, like different.
Oh, wow.
Arrhythmia, heartbeat irregularity. There's a lot of different names for it.
Mm-hmm.
Bum ticker.
Bum ticker.
You got a bum ticker.
That sounds so terrifying.
I know. Oh, yeah, you got a bum ticker.
Don't worry about it.
It's just like, it seems like the kind of thing like you got like a bad engine or like a bad TV, you just kind of smack it real quick and it just... Okay, it's back in rhythm now. It's good.
So what's something you saw as a child you knew you shouldn't have seen?
My parents fucking... No.
Other than that,
No,
like what's something
I
you
never
saw
that.
and you were like, what is that? And then many years later, you're like, oh.
Okay, so in my dad's closet, his wife, my stepmom, had a ceramic frog with a big long ceramic dick on it. Like it was a frog statue, but they had like a long dick. And like long enough that you'd be doing something with it, except for it was ceramic and it had a big like ceramic frog attached to it. So I don't know. She loved frogs though, had frog shit all over the house. So like frog decorations and all sorts. So maybe she was fucking a ceramic frog. I don't know.
Do you think she was?
I really did.
Now in hindsight?
Want to imagine it. I don't want any sight of her hind or any other part of her, bro.
Touche.
But yeah, so I saw a big dick frog.
How old were you?
Old enough to know what it was, young enough to not know what it was. I don't know.
I love
no,
that answer.
I think I was probably like 8 or 9.
That's insane. What about you, Shane?
What was the question?
So like, what was something you saw that you didn't know, like at the time, like you were just like, I don't know, and then like as you grew older, you're like, oh shit. And if you
So a lot of it would actually translate through like music, like things that I would actually hear in music. And then later I would understand what those things meant. And some of those things were like political things. Some of those things were like self-discovery type things where you would just like, you know, a lot of it was music, to be honest with you.
I feel that because the same way for me, like I remember when 50 was like, I ain't that brother trying to holler because I want some head. I ain't that brother trying to holler because I want some head. Like I didn't know what any of that meant.
Mm-hmm.
And then like I got older and I was like, oh.
How often was there like a lyric in a song where you just kind of like mumbled through it like LMNOP type shit, and then you like actually go back and find the lyric and you're like, oh wow, and it like actually connects the dots in the lyrics and you're like, holy shit, you know.
That's so funny. I had a moment similar to yours actually. I was a kid. I mean, I was little, maybe like first grade maybe, and my Aunt Sheila was staying in my room for a couple weeks. And I finally got my room back, and I go to sleep, and, you know, I can't sleep, and I'm a kid. So, you know, you're off your bed in the dark, just kind of walking around your room, just, you know, doing random shit. Mm-hmm. And then my babysitter at the time, he's, you know, maybe in his 20s, African-American guy. He walks in, and he's a cool dude. Like, he used to put on, you know, B2K and all that other. He put on BET. He put me on to all the hip-hop. And he walked in. And I was like under my bed, and then he was like, "Why are you under your bed?" And I was just like, you know, you're just a kid. And then he goes, "What is that?" And I turn around and I see something. And I pull it out, and it was like it was a silicone.
It was a douche.
It was a huge dildo. Like I mean, this thing was huge.
Nice.
And I remember being like, and he looked at me. He didn't smile. He had no reaction. He just goes, "Do you know what this is?" And I said, mm-hmm. And he looks at me and he goes, "I don't know either. Let's just put it back, go to bed." And, you know, and for the type of guy he was, I would have never thought that would have been his answer. Like, you know, he'd be like, "Oh, there's a dildo, guy.
Big old dick."
Like, because the way he acted, you know, just but he was respectful enough to see I was a kid. He was literally like, "Do you know what this is?" I was like, "Nope." He goes, "I don't either. Just put it back, get into bed, go to sleep."
We'll never speak of this again.
Damn, it's a good babysitter,
dude.
Yeah.
Real talk, and mind you, like he was a brother too. Like, you know, he sagged. You know, he kind of was a brother, and like I just remember being like, like what? Looking back, I'm like, what a response. Like that guy was cool.
That dude owns a KinderCare now.
He's doing great.
Yeah, he's probably got a bunch of kids under his watch.
I can remember that though, like you were saying the fucking like the song lyrics thing. I remember like So that song, "Wanna Be a Baller." So caller, get late tonight. I used to just mumble "Sisha roll die guy spray with ice" or some shit. Like I didn't know what the fuck that was, and then like I got Swisher rolled tight, Swisher. Oh, Swisher. Oh, okay. The Swisher, Sisha roll die. I'm like I have no idea what this guy's talking about.
Yeah.
You know,
And then you're like, oh, Swisher, we
And
gotta
then he's
roll
like,
it tight.
yeah.
Now I want to be a baller.
Oh, that
20-inch crawler, blaze on Impala, down and drop Waller.
What is a drop waller? I don't know.
I don't know.
Swerving ain't no swerving.
You guys know how I actually remember learning how to roll a blunt was? You guys ever watch the movie Kids?
Oh yeah, that's
Have you
a
ever seen
fucked
that
up
That was
movie.
a fucked
Kids?
up
That's a
movie, bro. And I
fucked up
remember the
movie.
way he was like, you split it, you stuff it, and you
Why you
like,
sound
and then
like
that.
him right now? You
Yeah,
sound
right?
just
And
like
it
him.
was funny because it
You
was
sound like you've
that's
seen
how
Kids
we,
a few
we were
times.
Like, oh shit, we could go get some cars like right down the street.
What was that kid's
And we
name?
could just roll a blunt. And I remember like I remember thinking as you had the blunt like this, you're like, it ain't gonna seal itself. You know what I mean? You're supposed to lick it, I guess, and fold it over. How's it supposed to seal? And that shit, when you see that movie, you're like, oh,
Yeah.
when you get it, it's like paper mache. That shit just seals right over. Like that movie Kids taught us how to roll a blunt for sure.
Remember when he
Bro.
put that fucking, he put the 40 in his fucking pants and shit. And he's
Yeah.
like in the building and shit, and he's like,
That movie was fucked
movie's
up.
so
I
fucked
never
up.
I never saw that movie.
Oh,
gotta see
watch
Kids,
that
bro.
movie.
Gotta
It's
watch Kids.
It's fucked up, bro.
disturbing.
Bro,
It's trippy.
our first like couple experiences with blunts, we didn't really know what the fuck we were doing either, like with blunt wraps or anything. And you know, we thought maybe lick it, but we were still kind of at that age where we're like, well, that's gross. I'm not gonna lick something and spit all over something that you're gonna put in your mouth, and oh, that's gay or whatever. You know, we were saying back then and shit like that. I remember one time another Ivan story. He's like, I bet we could just like, what if we just put some like honey on it? And like just seal it up with
We
honey.
did that too.
We'll put honey on it and close it, and we'll throw it in the oven for a minute, and it'll just
ruined it.
burned it right up, bro.
Well, no, and what it does is the honey moves and it slips around and then it just melts right off the blunt and it gets all in the weed and you can't even smoke it.
Yeah,
we did that same fucking
We got
thing.
weed and honey inside Ivan's
And we took
oven.
that little bear and just went like this and put a little on our finger and
Yep.
tried to. That
Yep.
shit did not work.
No,
bro.
not at all, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't seal them
That's
with
so
honey.
funny that like y'all had
Just do that gay shit.
See, that's so funny. Like, because when I started smoking weed, that was never a concern. Like when I see people roll up, I damn near see their entire mouth cover that blunt. So it's just kind of like, all right, I got used to that. But then when I was single and I was starting to roll blunts, when there were females around, I'm looking at blunts so patient and so
Sucking
passionately.
someone's dick.
And while I'm looking looking in her
Smoking
eyes, and shit,
penises, man.
this is what I do to you, girl.
Oh God.
He's like, I'm gonna fucking lick you like an
But
envelope.
I mean, it worked. It worked. They're like, it's a nice rolled blunt.
After we get done smoking it, then you can fucking hang out with me and take me to dinner. I softened that up a little
blunts
bit.
are such a beautiful thing, man. It's like, especially like a swisher, man. Like it is so beautiful.
I'm just so tired of the hate that these young rappers are bringing on. As fuck a swisher, I'll back. Was like, dude.
Fuck a backwood,
Honestly,
bro.
man, like
Yeah,
I
I
like
smoking-
Backwoods.
I
They're-
think
you're
blunts is
wrong.
more
You're wrong for that.
communal thing.
They're I can't even call them like. I can't even be like, yeah, they're cool, but just because I don't fuck with them. Like they're not.
But I mean, it's just whatever. It's like whether you like to put it in a Dutch, whether you like to put it in some type of like Cuban. You could maybe you like fill a Black and Mild. You freak a Black and Mild out and you put some.
Oh
You're a
God,
freak
Dude,
of black
that
if
little
you're
paper
freaking a
out.
black and mild out for a blunt, you are an interesting person.
No,
I would
for
like to
real.
meet
Like,
you.
I
no,
need to
that's
meet
people.
you.
That's people who couldn't roll.
But let
They
me
would
tell
empty.
you,
They
They'd freak a
would
black.
twist the
Yeah,
black
and
and
then
let it all
slowly-
get out until that paper showed. And then you'd pull that paper. Paper would come out. A lot of the tobacco would come out with that paper. Then you get it all out. Take a ballpoint pen, which fits perfectly, and then you could walk around as if like
Okay,
it mattered.
I wish I had a tip. Like the tip makes it
And
look
the
like you're
tip
smoking
made it
Black and
look
Mild.
like you was
Yeah.
popping, but the black is running, and you're like, God damn it!
Yeah, that's true.
You know what
Black
I
is
mean?
running
Bro, have you guys-
hard,
Yeah,
bro.
because like with that tip made it hit way too
Have
hard.
you guys ever stuffed a swisher?
Yeah.
So just rolled out all the
Oh yeah,
tobacco and
pinch.
then
I
Yeah,
never
yeah, yeah.
stuffed
I've
it.
done that.
I've stuffed cigarettes. I
So-
remember one time I
Do you? Oh, go ahead.
I like emptied out a Newport and stuffed that bitch with weed.
No shit.
Yeah, and
kept
then
the filter in
Oh,
it.
done
Kept
that
the filter.
many times.
But
Got
dog,
half
let
as
me tell
high.
you, that was the mintiest cigarette slash
Yeah.
weed you've ever smoked in your
We
life.
definitely
Bro.
pulled that filter out.
Yeah. So how
When
about
is-
this one?
When,
How-
no, when, I was gonna say, when
Oh.
is the last time in your life you smoked like a blunt wrap, like a wet, like a juicy? You know what I'm talking about? Like
Yeah.
a wet.
Not that long ago at all in Seattle. My homie Fred, he loves them.
Really?
Yeah, and
Wait,
I'm always
what?
like, bro, we
Bro,
gotta
that
get
is some-
what?
No,
we gotta
bro.
get real fucking
Listen,
cigars.
No,
man.
fuck that. Listen, I have actually, and I'm talking the ones back in the day, because fuck these ones you get at wherever the fuck.
They are
You know what I'm
wet,
saying?
bro.
But when you go get like the wet ones,
Yeah.
I fuck with the wet ones, bro. Now I don't fuck with them as much as I fuck with a Swisher, but
I don't fuck
like
with
when
them,
you got
bro.
a lot of real estate
Yeah.
on that
Yeah.
bitch, right?
Were you
go-
rolling up a
and
quarter?
this is what you do: is you pull it out wet, and you get that lighter,
lighter, and you light that
fucking
whole sheet,
warm
bro.
that bitch up, and now it's crispy.
Yeah,
and
it's
then you
starting to
just
curl.
and then
What
you
are you
roll up
talking
a
about?
You've never seen
fucking
these?
No.
Tor-
The papers
I remember
are
they used to
that
have-
big,
they
so
used to
when
have,
you get 'em, you
uh,
cut them in half.
They used to have Notorious
No,
B.I.G.
you go.
flavors and shit. They had all kinds of different fucking.
So
shit.
those are like the best or
So,
something?
No.
these are what we used to smoke like
They're crap.
back in high
No,
school when I used to
wait.
smoke before I discovered Swishers. They had just blunt wraps. You would go to Peace of Mind, the little head shop. They had like 30 or 40 different flavors, like they would joint papers. Juicy made them, the same people that make all
Okay.
different flavored papers. So they're just tobacco leaf wraps, and they come wrapped around a straw, and like, they look like a fucking fruit by the foot. They got a little plastic like sheet that's wrapped up with them to keep them separate.
Right.
And you get 2 wraps in a pack, but they're fucking like the goddamn size of that Starburst bag, damn near. They're fucking
Wow,
big,
huge.
and they're wet, bro. They are damp.
Damp.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're like
wow.
I hate
backwood
them.
lint.
I absolutely hate them.
I hate
but
'em,
I will.
but it's all
say-
we used to smoke.
I will say that when my homie Fred in Seattle will like, I'll be like, man, you got any weed? And he's like, I got one rolled, and then he'll.
Oh, if it's
someti-
already rolled and you hand it to me,
sometimes
hit
I'll
it.
be hitting, and I'll be like, is this a blunt wrap? And he's like, you know it is. I'm like, man, this don't taste that bad. You know what I mean? But I just don't like the idea that it's just like it's fucking like it's the. I feel like it's the same stuff that they make the outside of tamales with.
Yeah, it's
You
like
know
a
what I mean?
thick,
It's
wet. It's thick, bro. And when you roll them up,
You know what I mean?
when you're rolling them up,
What do you
and
think a Swisher is? Swishers are thick,
but
too.
listen,
no,
the
but
difference.
it's a real cigar.
The difference with the cigar wraps, you roll them up and you get them rolled, and you either lick them, and at the very end you like accidentally bite the corner, or you bite the end off or something like that because it's a little bit too long. And when you bite into that shit, it's like a fucking fruit leather, bro. It's like thick and like it's
Yeah.
food.
It's really
That's
not
the
that- it's
hemp
really
wrap.
not
That's the
that.
juicy
Yeah.
hemp wraps too.
it has no
They're thick.
fucking.
It's really
yeah.
not that extreme.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you right now, they're actually quite delightful. Now, my thing is that
In your
ever since I
opinion.
hung out with Josh, the homie Josh, shout out to Robo Josh down in Texas, man. Ever since I hung out with him, he got me on those diamond swishers. And
Diamond.
You got
basically-
everybody on.
And basically, the idea of
that
having
blows me
a
away.
sweet, having no flavor, right? Because forever, it was, oh man, you get grape, you get strawberry. Oh man, they got these new flavors, man. You got kiwi, watermelon.
Yeah.
And
Can
it's
I
just
ask
like-
how long? Like, when did you get put onto this?
So I was, I was smoking flavors like probably my whole life. Like if I got a
Till
swisher,
when?
it was like
when,
it was like
when
a
did
grape
you start
swisher.
getting diamonds?
And so diamonds were probably 2018, the summer of
See,
Yeah, I think it was like 2 years
2018.
ago.
So that's crazy. All right, so like when I started smoking weed, I was about 21. So I'm thinking about it. Like I started hitting them diamonds about 2004, 15.
I didn't even know they had diamonds back then.
No.
Yeah, but that's the thing is I came up here and then you're like,
No.
yo, grab them diamonds, grab them. And the way you were talking about them, I was like, you talk about this like this is brand new.
Yeah.
And then he told me, he goes, yeah, man, I just got put onto the diamond things. And I'm like, you've been smoking weed your whole life and you just got put onto diamonds. That's interesting. I go yesterday, going to your house. I stop at a Maverick to get some gas. I'm like, can I get some diamonds? Both cashiers look at me. You smoke diamonds because you can taste the weed, right? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, yeah, man, we just got put onto that shit. I'm like, what?
The diamonds,
Because
bro.
in Texas, that's just what people get. They just
Standard.
get diamonds.
Yeah.
God, I love Swisher Sweets, man.
Swishers are it. I love Swishers. People can hate on all you want.
You
It's
can
like either
bury
way,
me
you're
in a
smoking
Swisher.
some
Fuck
shit.
it.
It's good.
Yeah, no, the people who are hating on Swishers that roll a backwood up in that same sitting, they're like, man, y'all over there smoking the Swishers. Man, I'm going to roll me a backwood. The Swisher comes around.
They hit. They hit it.
But the backwood come around.
My problem with
and people pass.
What's
My
wrong?
problem with
I've
a
been
backwood-
that hit fucking nice.
That's
Nah.
the whole thing about backwoods. I
I
was just
never
gonna say
had
that. It has
anybody
to be
roll a
s-
backwood right,
It,
bro.
it has
See,
to be a
thank you.
six.
It's always
They look
wet
gross.
and limp, and when it hits, it's spicy as
and
fuck.
it's gross. It's like
It's too spicy.
I feel like I'm hitting like a flattened piece of pepper.
So let's
Yeah.
talk about a pre-roll then.
The worst.
A pre-roll.
I hate pre-rolls.
I do
hate
hate pre-rolls.
pre-rolls.
I hate
Thank you.
I do hate
hate
pre-rolls.
Nobody has ever intentionally gotten pre-rolls thinking I'm really looking forward to this pre-roll.
No,
That's-
and here's-
that
no,
does
you're
not-
wrong.
Here's
Yeah.
the thing about pre-rolls. I've sold pre-rolls like, as a kid. You don't put nothing good in the pre-roll.
No,
it's
it's
already
right, bro.
wrapped up.
Yeah.
It's just like buying a Diamante burrito from the goddamn store. You
Yeah.
know there ain't no. That's just
There's
filler
nothing
up
good
in that
in it.
bitch.
Yeah.
Because they don't have to sell you nothing but the outside package.
Yeah.
And then anything that's inside there is oops.
Those Smoky
Gotcha.
Point ones are
What a
probably the best
good-
pre-rolls I've
Those
smoked.
Smoky Points
Yeah.
hit.
I
No,
love the
they
Smoky
are.
Points,
They
but
taste good.
outside of that, pre-rolls in general suck.
Yeah,
They
I'm not
suck.
with the
No,
pre-rolls.
those Smoky Points because they put the oil, the shatter in
Yeah,
them, and
yeah,
they
yeah.
fucking burn so good. And halfway through, you're just like, whoa.
Yeah.
Every other thing is just hot smoke.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's-
Hot ass. Like you can tell when you get a pre-roll and you light it, and you're like, man, I fucked up. I got
waste of
a whole
$7.
big-ass gram joint of this bullshit.
Of
Go buy a
leaves.
gram of fucking exotic
Leaves
shit
and ground
roll it up in a
stems.
fucking swisher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just blow that back and just be like,
bro.
Proud of yourself.
you're
You
proud
be
of
you be
yourself.
lit than a bitch, dude. Like you take a blunt to the head, just you.
Bro,
Ugh.
have you ever fucking rolled a blunt that you were just almost too proud to smoke?
No,
Like it just looks so good. That
because every one of my blunts are like that. Oh, I'm
Damn.
just playing.
Because I'll roll one sometimes where it's just like it's so smooth and like you know how sometimes it dips on one end because it's
Yeah.
like not full on the corners or
Yeah.
something like that, but where it's like evenly thick like throughout the
Can
whole
I
thing.
tell you?
I
And
used to
there's
get
no
really
bumps and
proud
there's
when
no-
if I roll a Swisher and it would be like close to how the Swisher looked before I rolled it, like
Mhm.
just like that thickness and just
straight.
Now do you
Ah,
do you guys dry
I feel like
your
it's
s-
maximum.
Do you dry the blunt?
I don't.
It depends.
I
on,
noticed. You give me this guy give me a wet ass slobbery blunt.
But
I'm like, what
here's
the
here's
fuck?
the funny thing about it is, you'll smoke it and then you'll be like, yo, this is a great blunt. What was even better was
No,
like,
I'll take it and then I'll go. But when you're not looking and
No, hit
fucking
it with the lighter and
dry
get it.
that
Yeah.
shit out real quick.
gotta
and then
dry it,
fucking
bro.
dude, my
do it.
blunts.
that's just courtesy.
Nah, my
It's
blunts.
courtesy.
My
It's
blunts.
damn. It's moist.
Yeah, it's moist.
Yeah, but it
No one likes
burns
them moist.
slower.
I put when
It
I we were
burns slower.
driving, we used to tuck them in the heater vent.
Ooh, I like that.
Oh,
That's
You'd
wow.
take them, you'd roll it, and then you give me a couple minutes. You'd put it like in the little vent flap.
Mhm.
You'd stick it in there just a little bit.
I
and
don't
turn
know.
that.
When it crisps up and
Ooh,
you
Yeah.
light
it's
that
just like
Yeah.
2 minutes.
Oh,
It's
goddamn,
good. It's
bro.
good blunt.
Good.
That's interesting. I
It's
don't
like
like it
cooked
like
to
that.
perfection.
I mean, it's good, but I like them damn.
Yeah, that's actually I've known somebody like that too. He rolls a blunt, it's perfectly rolled, and then he fucking deep throats the blunt.
Yep.
Oh,
I've seen that shit, bro.
and then he pulls it out and he's going to light it. I'm like, bro, he just
no.
I just gave you a gram of the best weed I got for you to fucking stick it in your stomach.
Fucking sword swallowed it, bro.
Like, God
Well, hey, if you're
damn
gonna
it.
do a magic trick,
I know.
Oh, it's fucking awesome. He's like, watch me
Now you
claim
see it?
this blunt
Now
as
you
my
don't.
own.
Yeah, he's fucking. That's what I mean. You see one of them to seal it, but then when you see him,
You see him go back and it's in there. He fucking he pulls it out his nostril.
yeah, I remember when Cody, wasn't it you that taught me how to roll a joint? Like it was like you fucking
you roll
put-
half.
So you put the weed in the fucking joint and then you just lick it and then you just roll it.
Oh, okay, yeah. So that was for rolling a joint.
For
I
a
was
cone.
thinking blunt. Oh, cone is what I do is I stick in a hefty amount of weed, more weed than will fit in the paper. You go, just like what Zach said, you take it, you lick the paper, and you seal that one end. And then when you
That's right.
when you seal that one
Then
end,
you
you
just-
flip it up like this. The rest of the paper will just fall in line.
Yeah.
You just seal it, just
Yep.
like that. Whoop. And then tighten the top. It looks all flat, but it's just because that hasn't been packed. So you take the top and you
Oh, those
twist it.
burn good.
It starts fat at the top, tapers down to a nice little small, and you can roll them really quick.
You
too.
can roll them real quick and they burn great.
They burn the best. The
I like a
cone
good
is the way to
joint.
go.
If you're
But
gonna
you gotta
smoke a
have a
joint-
nice little crutch in there because otherwise it'll get way
My
too
blunts-
resiny.
Yep.
I'll do my best to make my blunts in a cone. Like I'll kind of have like a slight cone to them, just
Yeah.
because I don't know. They taste better. I don't
Yeah.
know if that's a thing.
John
but
can roll a little blunt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Something
bro.
slight.
I can
Here's
roll
the thing
blunt.
about John's blunts is you see a little bit of paper up in there coiled over like a goddamn, you know.
Like a crutch.
Yeah, bro. Like, yeah, because like
Built in,
He's
baby.
He's from Texas,
South from
where they're
Texas,
conservative,
No, I'm
gonna be
and he
honest with you.
conserves his
No, I'm
weed.
gonna be honest
folks.
with
I
you.
conserve the fuck out of my weed.
I'll be honest with you. He passed me one the other day, and it had a little girth.
Oh no, he's girthing out.
Boy.
He's
It
girthing
was, that
out.
shit. That
Yeah,
shit
I'm
was
slowly, I'm
comfortable.
Yeah,
slowly getting there.
That shit
He's
was
getting his
pretty-
weight up.
Yeah, dog. That shit was like I was just like he gave it to me. I dropped my shit down a little
Because I'm
bit.
telling you,
Yeah.
like when you get paid a little and you're like only can afford 2 grams, I'll take a gram, I'll separate that 0.5, and I will make 2 blunts out of those
Isn't it
0.5.
funny? Is it-
What?
dog,
Out of a
isn't
full
it funny?
paper?
Out of a full
this
paper.
man
Oh.
will this man will
That
go to
Is a
heights
toothpick.
to not smoke a fucking bowl.
He,
Like,
what?
dude,
He don't want to
he'll
smoke
go to
no bowls.
no bowls.
I don't like. I just don't. There's just that tobacco blend that just.
I
You
know
know,
a guy
that's
like
not even
that.
a blend
I know
at
a
that
guy
point.
like that. I've actually handed him the pen and been like, "Hey,
Are
hit
you
this
high?
pen."
Yeah.
Then I don't want to hear
Man,
it.
I'm pretty much addicted to tobacco. You know, I should be just getting cigarettes, man, because I try to just like be like, "Here, hit this pen." He's just like, it's just I'm not gonna do that.
I don't
not
even
what it's
really.
about.
I don't like pens.
See,
I
I
don't
don't-
think my buddy explained it to me the best.
don't
he
like
said
pens
he
either.
said oil does not get me the high that I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Like flour does.
That's
Yeah.
True.
absolutely
No, it's
true.
facts.
and I was
Yeah.
like, damn.
I'm
dude.
done with oil too.
'cause I
Now,
thought-
now, somebody puts a little oil on top of a bowl or slathers a blunt. I'm not gonna not hit it.
Or
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
if,
nice
and if we're
mix
at a
is
party
okay.
and someone's got some terpy live resin dabs they're handing out, then I'm taking one because I like
Yeah.
some live resin's got all that good stuff just like the flour.
I was gonna say live
But-
resin is like that shit is awesome.
But you
Like,
take like that distillate and stuff,
Yeah,
and it's
it
just like
doesn't
it
have
shoots
the-
you up and then you go right back down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like you don't get that
But for
this
me-
long-lasting, nice high.
that blend though, like that tobacco weed blend, it has a drag to it. I don't know. I just love that drag. It's not so like with a joint. You know, you can smoke a joint and you'll still be very very coherent in the high. You add a little bit of that tobacco in there for some reason, it just sideswipes it.
Yeah,
And it's like I don't know what it is,
it's a
but
weird mix.
it is, and it's great. And that Swisher just for me, it nails it every time. Like it's the perfect post dinner
Yeah.
thing. That
I feel
blunt.
it.
Just,
I love.
I had a lot of homies that used to like hit bowls and then smoke a cigarette afterwards, and they say, you know, the nicotine like or the tobacco augments the high or whatever.
Oh, bro, it's
I never
great.
really understood it and thought it was
Doesn't,
all
bro.
bullshit.
It
and then
actually makes it worse.
I started. Well, no, but then I started smoking Swishers, and I can totally
I
understand
just
it.
feel like it's like if I were to be high like I am right now,
Yeah.
feeling good, right? I'm just like in a zone. And if I were to go smoke a cigarette right now,
Oh, that's the
and
wrong
then
way to
come
do it.
back inside,
That's the
I
wrong
would
way to
be
do it.
like,
see.
I would feel some type of like extra
Yeah.
Oh,
just
so we're talking about a spliff.
shit I
See,
don't
I
need.
love a spliff.
Spliffs are great.
Did not learn to appreciate a spliff until maybe 6 months ago.
Yeah, spliffs are good.
Spliffs-
It
I
depends
still don't
on what
appreciate
on
spliffs.
what kind of
Because it's a-
spliffs you're
yeah.
doing.
Mhm.
Now, if I have a broken up little plate of weed and I go break up a Swisher, I'm dropping a few little crumbs of tobacco on my weed, kind of on purpose. When up because it's popping
Really?
up.
Yeah.
It drops onto the weed. You know, it's all good. And then you roll that all back up. Just a few little hairs of it.
It's not a lot, but it's just
great.
enough. Like for me, like you
Okay.
mentioned smoking a blunt and then go smoking a cigarette. To me, that's like one of the best things. I love to kill a blunt, go smoke a cigarette.
Oh.
That post cigarette, I'm like this high perk. Like it's like a perky high. And then I shoot up on the high and then I come down even faster. So for me, I won't have that when you kill 2 blunts, you know you kind of want to take a nap.
Yeah. You
So
get real
that
sluggish.
cigarette just it's like you shoot up and then you shoot down and then you shoot down fast enough to where you're not dragging. And I love that. But that's just what I've noticed for me. Fucking my buddy Cody, he was like, I'm gonna give up smoking cigarettes. So now he's just smoking straight pot like all day, and he kills some cigarettes. But it's like I can imagine he misses that tobacco, like
no, man, like
because
I
it
said,
it just adds this thing.
I
to it.
fucking smoked cigarettes for fucking what was it, 10, 11 years, 12 years. You know what I'm saying? And then it's just like he's like smoking weed and cigarettes together. It's just like why am I just beating the fuck out my lungs and shit?
Yeah.
Just like smoking cigarettes. I'm smoking blunts. I'm
Give 'em a
smoking
break.
bowls. I'm smoking. So like the cigarettes was just. And I mean, I was getting into cigarettes because every time I drink, it was just like.
Oh, for sure.
I remember
they
that.
go hand in hand.
I remember when you quit smoking cigarettes too, and it was like at a moment's notice. You were like, I'm gonna quit smoking cigarettes. I remember, and then like I think I saw you with a cigarette one other time, and then ever since then, cigarettes been whacked to you.
No, dude, they're fucking so whack, and they just like totally made me feel like shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like I was tricked into thinking I liked them, forgetting the fact that I had to force myself to like it in the first place, because I'll be like.
Yeah, the first cigarette after
God,
not smoking in a while
like you
sucks.
just take a hit and you're just like, Jesus, your whole body's like, stop, no, what, poison, crap, like stop, you know what I mean? And you're just like, no, man, it's cool, I'm gonna get back into it again, dude. And then by the time you're just like, it's a breath of fresh air, and you're just in, dude, you know.
Yeah. And I do enjoy me a cigarette, but again,
you're a young bull though. You're a young bull. I quit it, I think, like 28.
I've noticed that a lot of my favorite musicians all smoked cigarettes, like in their early stages of their career, and then they just stopped as they got older. I think it's interesting.
It's just because you just grow. You're just like, oh yeah, that's like
kind of grow out of them.
Eh. It's like it's bad for you. It's like
I think Maria called it ashtray mouth.
Ashtray mouth. Yeah.
She's like, is that like cigarettes? Like you know, if you're gonna go kiss the love of your
so
life,
you
have ashtray mouth.
You spent $115 on cologne and then smoked a cigarette.
Interesting.
Weird flex, bro.
Yeah, okay. Seems.
Here, man, I spent all this money to smell like shit.
Seems counterproductive.
You know.
I don't know, man.
But that's when dudes go.
Yeah,
they hear that thing vape. Oh,
Snoop Dogg clouds, bro.
Candy, bro.
You know what's great is I love how they try and keep it nonchalant, but there's no way. Like for instance, you're having a conversation with people, like yeah, for sure. Yeah. One time, and then they literally prep themselves, and they fucking take off right in front of you, and then they try and let it off all nonchalant.
Dude, okay, listen.
And it's just this fucking like dragon
not
of a
popular,
cloud.
Listen,
like,
not
what?
popular opinion, but when someone's smoking a cigarette in the car for a second, I'll be like, man, I like that smell of that. That's kind of like
that first like light up,
and then I'll be like, okay, my head hurts.
Yep.
My head hurts. And then now if someone's vaping in the car, they'll blow out a big ass hit, and I'll be like, watermelons. Wow.
That's so
funny. It's always so artificial to me. It's like dentist's office.
Smells
exactly. I just enjoy it. I'm just like, go ahead.
I don't know.
Like, go ahead, man. That smells
It
great.
ain't natural.
You can miss me with it.
I don't know about y'all. If you ever snagged that from somebody and tried to take the hit they take.
I've never hit
Oh,
that.
man.
You cough.
Oh, you don't even get it into your lungs. As soon as it goes in there, you don't even get the whole hit. You'll start.
Because like I feel all the
It's
juice.
so harsh.
The
I don't know
juice
how
in the
they do
back
it.
of my neck and all that crap. I'm like, ugh, I can't do it. But I remember I did a photo shoot and I needed smoke coming out of my mouth, and the only smoke that would suffice is a vape. So I remember I had to literally try and drag that thing like 20 times just to get used to that feeling so that I could take a hit for the shot. Wow. And so like, you know, I'm coughing out. I'm like hacking a lung for like 25, 30 minutes just to get this shot.
Art.
Damn, dedication.
No, but like, you know, the homie was talking about that he can't even, you know, it was like smoky out, and I was like, yeah, we should hit the blunt. I rolled a blunt for the podcast, and he was like,
no.
He's like, I can't, man. He's like, I think it's because I've been vaping so much, but I can't even. My lungs are weak or something. I'm like, what?
Bro, have you
fuck?
looked at the sky?
But like, I don't know, man. It's just crazy, man.
See, vapes are weird
Smoke
because
weed.
like, you know, the argument is that they're healthier.
No.
But at the same time, you know, you're getting this liquid in your lungs. Isn't that the same thing as like pneumonia? Like you have liquid in your lungs.
I mean, I don't think it's 1-to-1, just like pneumonia, but it's not good for you.
Yeah, I guess that's what I mean. It's just like the way I see it is either way you're choosing a vice like that's harming you. It's like I guess just choose one.
My dad always says, "Well, shit. At least we know what cigarettes do." So go ahead and just smoke. I'd rather, you know, he's like, I'd rather you smoke a cigarette than smoke some shit, some weird.
Better the
shit.
devil you know than the devil you don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Jesus. That's crazy.
But I mean, it is true. That's kind of why, like, I stopped fucking with oil and pens and stuff like that. I feel like dabs is the kind of thing that, like, 30 years from now, there's gonna be a commercial. If you or your loved ones dabbed out tough in the 2020s, you may have ass cancer.
I don't know about y'all, but like we did not know anything about low temp dabs for the first.
Yeah.
No,
we
bro,
were hitting
we
that
took
shit
the hottest.
hard,
and that is,
bro.
And studies have found that that's really, really bad for you.
Yeah.
To hit concentrated oil at like a red hot temperature.
And we did so much of that.
Yeah, and we did a lot of that. Knife hits.
Yeah.
So many knife hits.
And it would make
Knife
you
hits
cough.
with weed was good though back in the day.
And
on
see,
the
this
stove.
is where it's like, you know, you don't realize, you blast it until it's red hot, and then you wait like a minute and 5 seconds, or a minute and 15 seconds, or a minute and 20 seconds.
We would have
until it
thought that
cools
was
down.
cooled off.
You're like, whoa, dude, why are you getting it so cool? But then you take that dab at that low temperature and get that smooth flavor and those terps and that hit doesn't hurt your lungs, and it's amazing.
Respect
Way
My
better.
Region just put out an article that said that the cold start is the only way to do it from now on.
So you just drop it in there, and then you heat it up and still starts to bubble,
Yep.
and then you go.
Yeah.
I've tried to do it. I fucked it up a few times.
Cold start tech.
Huh.
Wow.
I don't know.
2020.
Dabs are really, really.
It's just too technical. It's like I don't.
It's cool. It's like if I had
I don't see the difficulty.
a lot of more money,
I was like, I don't see.
like if I just, it's
you
a
playing
good
some
little
Fortnite?
side thing. It's just for me, there's just too many moving parts. You gotta have a
Yeah.
mat.
Yeah.
You gotta
Yeah.
have a tool. You gotta have
A
a cap,
timer.
You gotta have a rig. You gotta have a timer.
Yeah.
You gotta
have a
it's just-
fucking
And God
spotter.
forbid someone walks
Spotter.
in. Yeah, someone walks in on you that doesn't smoke weed and sees you taking a dab.
like Jesus, he's on meth.
You're
Yeah.
done.
Oh, bro, yeah, you
Instead of
look
fucking
like
crack-
I'm not even gonna lie.
It's
I remember the first time
crackheadish.
I saw a rig and somebody with the torch, and I'm like, "What the fuck are you about
Bro,
to
it's
do?
crackheadish as fuck.
Like, what are you doing?" They're like, "Oh, I'm
It's-
just lining up this rig to a fucking
Bro,
fucking
Torch, but
pulsing
it's not.
heat."
it's like it's like it's like a weed foily. It's
But dog, it
It
was
is.
it was
You
literally
can smoke
terrifying.
crack out of that.
It was terrifying
guys.
because like my buddy Brandon, like he was the first one to introduce me to dabs, and I remember like I saw his torch, and I'm like, wait, and he turned it on, and you're like, what are you about to do right now? And he goes, yeah, you just heat up this thing, and then you drop the oil in it, and then you rip from it, and then his friend hit it, and his friend was literally coughing for like 15 minutes, and I
Yeah.
was like,
Hot
I'm
as
not
shit.
doing that.
It'll
Yeah.
kill you, bro.
I remember somebody hitting a dab for the first time and grabbing the bowl.
Oh
and
no!
just,
Oh,
it
no.
just fucking
Singed
it
the
melts
shit.
through their fucking hand.
No way.
Don't touch that. They don't. I don't know.
Dude, tomorrow I'm speaking of melting hands.
Oh
tomorrow
my
I'm starting-
god.
Or I'm continuing my my Halloween movie marathon
Some
that I
horror
usually
movies.
do every
What have you watched so
October.
far?
So far I've watched all the Halloween movies.
Okay.
And I'm just wrapping up Friday the 13th.
Nice.
And now I'm moving on to Nightmare on Elm Street.
Hell yeah,
And then
bro.
I'll be going to Hellraiser.
Have you done Freddy versus
Wow.
Jason yet?
No, I'll probably do that on the Freddy.
Yeah.
On the Elm
Yeah.
Street. I'll probably
Did you
maybe
do Jason X?
Oh, I haven't even. No, I haven't
Isn't
even
that the
gotten
space
that far,
one?
actually.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
might-
that's the space one, bro.
I might
With
skip
Busta Rhymes.
Is that one good?
That's so funny.
I mean, are any of them good?
To be honest with you, man, I definitely like Nightmare on Elm Street better than I like Halloween.
Here-
Halloween is kind of just boring. Like that dude is just like
Here's what you
he's
need to
just like,
do.
oh, I'm crazy, you know. And then this other dude, the Jason,
Yeah.
that dude's pretty savage. And the movies aren't bad, dude. They're not bad for what they are. So.
What do you know about Evil Dead?
Oh, I love Evil Dead. Is
Yeah, Evil Dead 1, 2. Army of Darkness is weird, but
that a
it's good.
Halloween movie?
Yeah. Oh yeah, those are Halloween movies. What are you talking
Oh, okay.
about?
Any movie where people die frequently is a Halloween.
Yeah, it's a
movie.
horror movie, bro.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
a
yeah,
fucking- yeah, Evil Dead's good shit.
What are some of your favorites?
For horror Halloween movies.
Mm-hmm. Or just horror, yeah.
Yeah, horror. It's so I don't know. Like I said, we just watched Us finally, which I actually liked. I thought was good. I was about to watch that new. Have you watched the new Child's Play yet?
Yep.
Was that okay?
It's okay.
Was it okay?
It's
I
okay.
might give it a go.
bad.
I don't know. I like shit that like I said that flips the horror genre upside down, man. That Cabin in the Woods is probably my.
I just got done watching that
I
again.
fucking love Cabin in the Woods. Have you watched that?
Mm-mm.
to
I don't
watch
watch.
that,
I don't
bro.
watch horror movies.
But you need to watch that one.
Also, I
Okay.
think my favorite horror movie, probably if you're going go-to, besides Paranormal Activity, which is probably the scariest movie.
You think so?
I mean, I'm just saying
They
that,
did.
like,
I think they did a well.
I'm
way
saying
of
hit the
putting-
fucking blunt a few times.
Yeah.
Go sit in your bedroom with the lights completely
And
off,
watch
put the
Paranormal
surround
Activity.
sound
Okay,
off,
okay.
and just watch that shit. And you have to sit there
Yeah.
and just
feel the
wait
suspense. It's
and really feel that
it-
suspense.
They did such a good job with
They
that
did a
film.
good
They
fucking
did a good
job,
job.
I'll tell you what.
But Drag Me to Hell
Drag Me to Hell's.
is probably one of my favorite. Like, if you're really getting in ruthless
Yeah.
with the that shit. Justin
I don't know.
Long,
I don't know, I like the Final Destinations too. Some of them, those are good.
first one.
Honestly, bro, it might sound kind of cheesy, and I know the sequels were cheesy or whatever, but the first Insidious, That movie Insidious.
Yeah, it was a
I
great
thought,
movie.
bro, the scares in that movie are fucking.
I love
like
that movie.
movie is unsettling.
I liked all the well, not all of them. I liked the Saw movie, like the original Saw movie.
Yeah, Saw's good.
Saw was good.
A
The
couple of them are
suspense.
good, man.
What
I
I
like
didn't
them.
like is what I didn't like was that the Jigsaw, like he's playing God to
Yeah.
these people. There's
Bro.
something about me in that complex people have of like, oh, I'm just
I get
gonna
to be the judge and
I
jury.
get to be judge of your
Yeah.
fate because you do this. It's like that just it frustrates me. Like it really bothers.
Bro,
me.
I
what
saw
about-
a tweet that blew my fucking mind the other day. You ready for this?
All right, go ahead.
Willy Wonka is Saw for children.
Damn, that's good. That's good.
This man's playing judge and jury. The kids get fucking trapped up in his factory.
yeah.
Homie's getting caught in tubes and getting flushed out fucking all kinds of shit.
That's true.
Bro,
You
I see.
drank the fizzy
Fizzy
lifting drink.
Bro, he's putting these kids through, he shrinks the kids small in the TV and shit like that. Like he's doing all this kind of
Bitch is a bad egg.
to try to teach these kids fucking lessons. Like it's the same setup as Saw.
Except with candy.
True.
Yeah.
So Saw jacked Willy Wonka and made it adult.
You know
Damn.
what
Sick,
really
man.
fuck with me though was The Hills Have Eyes.
Yeah, The
I
Hills
was
Have
actually
Eyes is
about to
fucked
bring
up.
that up too. The Hills Have
I
eyes.
tried to get it. I want
fucked
to
me
watch
up.
them both because it's just that really that feeling like if you've ever been
Those
in,
those weird people, right?
Yeah,
if
like
you've ever
these
been
hill
in like a
people and-
desert type setting or in a setting where you're in like a field and there could be people watching,
Just watching
you.
you. So,
that's unsettling.
the Crazies.
I could bring tears.
The Crazies was
The Crazies is another one like that.
Oh, that movie is so good.
Yeah, The Crazies.
That is a
Crazies
really
was
good.
good.
Movie.
Both the Hills Have Eyes are on HBO Max right now. If you haven't got the trial
Really?
yet, yeah, they've got a lot of good horror on
Is your
HBO
Fire
Max right
Stick still working?
now. Yeah, I'm not using
The Grudge was
a
good,
Fire
too.
Stick for much, but yeah, I've got it for that. Yeah,
New app or what?
yeah, a cinema.
The Grudge was good.
Yeah, The Grudge.
Was it though?
I liked it.
Back in the day, it was good for
That
some.
shit hit.
What was that?
That was the Ring. That was the Ring.
Yeah, The Ring is 7 days, bro.
Yeah.
With The Ring, The Grudge, it's all kind of
Same scary bitch.
Japanese spooky monsters.
No, you know which one I really liked?
Huh.
Parasite.
Parasite.
Paradox.
What?
Parasitic conversions. What was it?
Parasitic activity.
Parachutes.
That new movie. The new movie. I think it is
It's
Parasite.
Parasite.
Parabellum.
My brother
Parasite.
kept trying to get me to watch it, but I
Bro,
hate movies with subtitles.
Dude,
like, where I
I'm
gotta read
telling
'em.
you right now, it's one of those movies that's just so good. it
Oh,
doesn't matter.
Parasite's super good, bro.
Yeah.
I fucking love Parasite.
Amazing.
Yeah. I thought you were still talking horror movies, and I'm like, wait, what movie about a parasite?
But everybody's
Parasite was
vouching.
a horror movie.
But everybody
Parasite's
was
fucking good.
everybody was vouching for that movie, and like I
Super
haven't
good.
seen it yet. But again, like I'm not gonna say that they're
it was
wrong
good. It was
because
really
I mean it won an
solid.
award for a reason.
Oh, dude, trust me, like
That
I'm a
movie
harsh critic.
won awards, and then I was telling you, I just watched The Lighthouse the other night. That won all the awards that Parasite didn't win that same year. That movie's
Lighthouse
tense.
with
Robert Pattinson and Willem Dafoe.
Robert.
Willem.
Really?
Robert
Is
It's-
that the movie? Like, is it an art movie or?
So it's kind of artsy. It's black and white,
Mhm.
and it's shot in 4:3, so it's like the box, like an old TV. It's not full widescreen, so it's really claustrophobic.
That's real cinema.
And it's just about these two guys that work in a lighthouse in the middle of fucking nowhere back in like the turn of the 19th century. It's like 1921 or something.
But it was good.
But it's just these two men getting drunk and doing their chores at a lighthouse and slowly descending into fucking madness.
Wow.
It's insane.
What's it called?
The Lighthouse.
I'm gonna watch that.
It's batshit insane. It's on Prime if you have Prime.
I do have Prime.
Yeah, so it's on Prime.
Fuck yeah. I'm gonna
Prime
watch
has
that.
a lot of good ones too. Prime has Cabin in the Woods right now and a
Yeah,
bunch
I
of
think
other
that's how I
fucking
just saw that.
bunch of other
That's
good ones.
crazy.
Shout
But yeah,
out to moms for the Prime.
Definitely give The Lighthouse a shot, bro. Highly recommended.
Appreciate you guys, man. Appreciate y'all fucking just being here. Your souls shining bright.
Of course.
I'm happy to be here with you guys. Right
Apologies to the
Um,
audience for the video issues, but you don't like
We'll
looking
make
at
it-
us.
we'll make it
anyways.
now.
work.
Yeah, my camera went down. My camera says it's got
He says my iPhone 7 went
my
down.
iPhone storage is
My
full.
iPhone
Can you
6.3
believe
went
this?
And
Can you
so if
believe this
anybody knows how
nonsense?
to fix that, I'll Google it, but you know.
Yeah, just be sure to sign up for the mailing list and
Please sign up for the mailing list. Go visit us at algorithmnorthwest.com. That's algorithmnw.com.
down. And whatever you're doing this week, people, make it look sexy.
Make it look sexy. Be kind.
Yeah.
Nice.
Please rewind.
Do something very nice for somebody for no reason.
Mm-hmm. And remember that we ain't shit yet.
But we gonna be.
Let's go, baby. All right, guys. We out of here.
Peace.
Peace.
How long was that? 7
I'm just happy to be here.
Dude, like, I kid you not, it's one of those things. Like, if you're in Katy and you get fucking caught, oh, it's over.
You ever get caught in Katy? Katie's man came home. When you've been jerking off for 30 years, you can't come to Cinemax anymore. You need the hard shit.
And then he fucking deep throats the pipe. Oh.
It's called meat breath.
Yeah, meat breath.
You get that taste.
Can a nigga dig deep in them guts?
Them guts.